Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is Brunch Boxing. I'm your host, Matt. We are here with the post-fight edition of Brunch Boxing. The day has arrived. The day has happened. The day has gone. Naoya Inoue with a unanimous decision victory over Junto Nakatani. Scores were 115, 113, 116, 112, and 116 to 112. And we are going to get right into it. Joining me, we have the esteemed panel of Brunch Boxing, led by the voice of Brunch Boxing, the master of the walk and talk, the master of the sit and spit, Mr. Ezra Boxing himself. Ezra, I'm not going to ask you how you're doing. Let me just get through the intros. Also
All right.
joining us, we have the COO of Brunch Boxing, the Mexican Al Heyman, Mr. Boots on the ground himself, the hardest working man in show business, my guy Mike. And of course, we got the master marionette himself, the man behind the boards. We have the super producer, Huey P. What is going on, everybody? Um, like I said, anyway, unanimous decision victory over Junto Nakatani. We're going to start with the COO because you were one of the few people that picked Junto Nakatani going into this fight. Obviously, the fight did not turn out the way you wanted it to. But what did you see in there, and how did Naoya Inoue come away with the victory?
Oh man, I think someone said it when we were going to see Money Mayweather anyway. The dude, he's talented. I mean, he could have just boxed the whole time if he wanted to, maybe 10 to 12-0. But he's such a dog. He tried to kill anyway. I mean, Junto. I think it was just too much for Junto. He started late. He had some good opportunities. Missed the left. I love the fight in general. I thought it was an amazing fight. Anyway, even there was a round a Junta won, but Inoue did some impressive stuff still that round, and I was like, man, different. Congratulations to Inoue. It was a great fight, man.
Now, Ezra, you scored the fight for Brunch Boxing on our X timeline. How did you have the fight scored? Did the judges get it right? And what did you see in there?
Yeah, I agree with two of the judges. I had it 8-4 for Inoue. The one thing when I saw Inoue spar, and I told Mike this, is that when he was sparring, I said he's waiting too long. He's being too patient. He's
Nakatani.
I'm sorry, Nakatani. He's allowing his opponent to work too much and initiate the offense. I said he can't do that against Inoue. He has to initiate, and that's what he did in this fight. The first half, he was too much waiting to react to what Inoue does, allowing Inoue to dictate the action, allowing Inoue to dictate when they were going to exchange and when he was going to do something. That's what I saw. The second half of the fight, I thought he came on very, very strong, and I thought at points Inoue looked very uncomfortable in the second half of the fight. I thought that Junto started initiating the offense, and really, to me, I don't know if like adjustments. I thought it was just more. I'm just gonna initiate. I'm more confident. I'm gonna trust my offense to not wait anymore. And he started believing in himself in that fight. Now, maybe that was because Inoue has maybe got slowed down in the second half of the fight, so he could see what was coming. But the first half, he wasn't doing that. Second half, when he started doing that, he started having success, and he definitely made a run at it. I thought, as I imagined, as I kind of predicted, though, if his power didn't play effect in the fight, I didn't think he could pull it off. And his power didn't play effect in the fight. He never hurt Inoue or changed the momentum of the fight as far as to have it go his way. So I thought it was a very competitive fight. I thought Juta looked really good in it. I don't think really I take anything away from him. I think it's a still good outcome for a loss. That he looked competitive with Inoue. He did have success against Inoue, but Inoue, experience, a guy that 100% believes himself and just could do all things in the ring, pulled it out.
Yeah, yeah. What you see in there, Huey?
I agree with a lot of what Ezra said. I thought that Inoue started the fight really well. He was controlling a lot of the action, controlling where the fight happened. After the sixth round, Nakatani, his corner, started telling him that he needed to throw more punches. He became more aggressive. He started leading the fight more, and I think that he was able to take control of where the fight was happening, when the fight was happening. He was landing some good lefts on Inoue. After the cut, I think that might have played a factor in maybe how he was seeing the punches coming from Inoue, because there was a shift in that ninth after that ninth round. into the 10th and going after that. But anyway, I think he just knows what he needs to do. He was calculated throughout the fight. He took over the championship rounds. I would see that fight again, though. I think I agree with you. You said earlier before the fight or before the show that there was definitely a way that Nakatani could have won that fight, and he left it on the table. And if they fight again, I might favor him to do it.
Okay, so we said, we compared some things that could look like Roy Jones versus Tarver too. Did it kind of look like Roy Jones Tarver won? You know what I mean?
That's what I said to you.
Yeah. What's that?
You said Roy Jones Tarver, and I reminded you that Roy Jones won the first fight, remember?
Oh, yes. You said that yesterday. Yeah, and that's what this kind of reminded me of. Is that Roy Jones Tarver won? Because I'm with Huey too. If Junto saw something in that second half and he comes in a little bit more confident, there was openings there for him. I mean, at some points, like I said, Inoue left big openings for Junto in that fight. I would love to see a rematch. I got to be honest with you, and I think that some people would sway Junto's way picking for that fight.
I would not sway his way picking the rematch. I think Inoue saw what he needed to see. Junto, his night to win the fight was tonight. And I'm going to tell you where Junto lost the fight because I haven't heard it mentioned. And I mentioned it right before the fight started. He lost the fight in the locker room. Junto Nakatani came out dry. And I noted that before the first bell even rang, I said, Junto looks dry and Inoue has a slight glisten to him. You cannot come into a fight cold. Everyone knows you have to get warmed up now. And talking with my guy, Cliff Rolled, from the corner stool, he says maybe Junto looks dry because of the long entrance with Inoue. I don't know if you get dry that quickly. I don't think he was properly warmed up. And I think that he used the fight to get warmed up. And in essence, he gave away some early rounds. And Inoue was able to bank those rounds. I think what Nakatani needed to do was to push the pace from the very beginning of the fight and see if he can get Inoue to lose shape. Now, what actually happened was Inoue built up a lead. He simply built up a lead. That's all he did. That's all he had to do. Through the first 6 rounds, I had it either 6-0 to Inoue or 5-1 Inoue. I thought Inoue was well ahead. So for me, all he had to do was win 1 or 2 of the last 6 rounds to come away with the fight. And one thing that really played a key factor was the clash of heads. The clash of heads, I believe, happened in round 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, and cost him round 11.
And here's why the clash of heads made a big difference. Nakatani was really starting to have his way and put it on Inoue in round number 10. And the clash of heads, it didn't blind Nakatani. He still saw the punches coming. What it did, though, is it gave Inoue a rest. It gave Inoue a rest. So if you look at from the clash of heads to the end of round 10, you could tell that Inoue got a second win at the end of round 10, and that's why he threw that combo at the end of the round. And then in round 11, like a true Bushido warrior, like a true boxing legend, Inoue killed all momentum that Junto had. Inoue fought him off like a valiant warrior and took round 11 from Nakatani and essentially sealed the fight in his favor.
I see round 11 a little different than you. I agree that allowed Inoue to rest when he got the cut. But I do think it affected. He got hurt in that round, which I don't think the commentator saw. He did get hurt in that round, and that's why he was backing up. But I do think that the blood was getting in his eye as well. And I was thinking in my head, is Inoue going heel? Is this Inoue going heel here? Taking advantage of the blood when Nakatani had the momentum. I said if this was wrestling, we'd be saying this is a switch, this is a double switch, and he would turn heel here. But I do think that the blood had an effect on it, and also mentally. I think Inoue got, I think Inoue was going to get a boost second half at the end of that fight anyways. I did not think that he was going to go 3 rounds with Nakatani leading. I knew that at one point he was going to bite down to take a round or two. But I do think seeing the blood helped too, build the momentum for that. It gave him a little bit of like a boost of like, I might have a wounded guy in front of me.
One of the things that
Matt, hold on, before we move on, actually, go ahead. If you're going to add something for your thoughts on the fight, go for it.
One of the things that I saw in the fight that was very interesting is that Inoue made constant, immediate adjustments against Nakatani. Whatever Nakatani was content with trying to outbox Inoue early, Inoue said, "Fine, you can't outbox me. I'll just jab, 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 jab." Inoue started hitting him with like a jab to the body and then a quick up jab, like almost like like pow, like one of those kind of moves. Like he was just a true veteran of the sweet science tonight. And when Nakatani started letting his hands go, started throwing punches and bunches, trying to throw combinations, Inoue stopped trying to move out of range. He would let Nakatani come into range, and then he would counter him with something hard. I thought that was a brilliant move by Inoue. Anything Nakatani had for him, Inoue had a counter for it. And I think that round 11, when Inoue sensed that momentum, like to me, I've always compared Inoue to a Floyd Mayweather. And I've always compared Floyd Mayweather to a Michael Jordan. It's those kind of athletes that have a sense of the moment. They have a sense of the score. They have a sense of the situation. They have a sense of the time left. They have a sense of when their opponent is getting a little bit too confident or when they need to snatch everything from the opponent. And Inoue saw that in round 11. And to me, round 11 was one of the best rounds of the fight because Inoue fought him off like a valiant warrior. And I think after round 11, Nakatani seemed content to just say, you know what? He probably got me. Let's just go the distance. I gave it a go, but this guy's just a little bit better than me.
And you saying about the warming up, I'm just gonna say that's exactly how sparring went. Like I said, I think that the way they were trained for this fight was that he was gonna ease into the fight, and I did think that when I watched it, I thought, well, that's a mistake. He can't. That's not the way he could fight. He has to fight this fight. He has to initiate more. He can't wait because if you wait with Inoue, he's too fast. He's too in and out. Like you're not gonna. Eventually, he's gonna catch you there. I think Junto boxed really well in this fight. I think Junto's skill level was shown very well in this fight. I think that people thought that he was going to look almost out of place skill-wise. I didn't see that in this fight. But I did see that the first half of that, he didn't truly know if he belonged in there. And also the first half is kind of how they trained it, but I just think that he wasn't 100% confident. And as the fight went on, he got more confident.
All right. Well, I did hear Rudy and early in the rounds, he was telling Junto that, hey, get inside. But at the end, he said, if you feel comfortable, like get inside. So, he didn't feel comfortable at that time.
Yeah, he just had to initiate more. You know what I mean? Just initiate. I mean, like he could have stood at range. He boxed well at range. He kept range pretty damn well. Like in a way, in the first few rounds was tentative as well, right? He was afraid was coming back as well. He was struggling to get on the inside. He was struggling to get on the inside himself. So that's
Inoue was struggling to get on the inside?
Yeah, Inoue was struggling to get on the inside.
I didn't see that at all.
I didn't see that.
He was struggling. Inoue, Junto was keeping range well.
I thought that Inoue was content to win the fight like that because he knew that he knew that he was winning. He was piling up points. He was content to win the fight like that.
He was coming in aggressive.
Hold on, real quick. I think Junto didn't want to fight on the inside, and Rudy Hernandez saw that, which is why he said that to him. And the reason why we know he didn't want to fight on the inside is because anytime they got into like a closer range, Junto Nakatani held him.
But at that point, I think that was actually a smart move though, because Inoue's more compact with his movement. Like you don't want to be the one thing with Junto is sometimes when he's inside, he doesn't see what's coming. He didn't want to be that, so I don't blame him on that. And
I didn't say it wasn't smart, but
no, I know.
Call it what it was. He didn't want to fight on the inside.
I get you, but what I'm saying is that I think that Inoue was struggling to get inside. I don't think that Inoue was like, oh, I'm just going to box him, take the points here. I don't think that at all. He was looking to get in there. He just was having a hard time getting in past the range. He was winning, but he was having a hard time covering that range.
It didn't look like he was having that difficult time to me. I disagree with that. I agree. I'm more with Matt, and I do want to bring in fifth voice here, get another opinion. Matt, you mentioned speaking with him earlier, the founder of the Cornerstool Substack, Cliff Rolled. What are your thoughts on the fight?
I wrote this before the fight. Naoya Inoue is one of those fighters you do not pick against until somebody beats him. He is different. He is an all-time great fighter. He showed it again today. You know, he outboxed Nakatani for the first half of the fight, boxed his ears off. Nakatani gets into the fight. And I know the cut probably helped. Getting a little breather there probably didn't hurt. But what really worked is in the late stages of the 10th round, Inoue rocked him with an uppercut. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, he had found something new. And he did what great fighters do. He adjusted to a new weakness, and he beat the dog shit out of Nakatani in the 11th round. I do agree with Matt that Nakatani was a little dry, but I also think there's a little bit of the moment. That's a big moment to be in for the first time. I also think that Nakatani he had to do what everybody has to do against Inoue. He had to adjust to the speed. Inoue was jabbing through his lead arm and over his lead arm throughout the first 6 rounds, and Nakatani couldn't adjust to it. I also thought Nakatani missed. He started landing lead right hooks late in the fight. He should have went to that punch earlier. But I mean, you saw Inoue start to fatigue, and those legs are not going to get any younger. But Nakatani might do better in a rematch. I don't know if he'll ever get it, but Inoue proved again he's different than everybody else. I posted some of the stats on this fight. Now he's 19-0 against top 10 fighters. 15 of those fighters were arguably in the top 5 of the weight class when he beat them. That's almost 50% of his career. Nobody else is doing it like this. This is his 8th top 10 win in less than 3 years. 8 in 9 fights. And it would be 9 if he could have fought Sam Goodman. Again, nobody's doing it like Inoue. He is the since Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather faded from the scene, he is arguably the best fighter in the world. The only and you can argue about Usyk and Crawford, but neither one of them have kept the schedule he has over the last 8 years or during any 8-year period of their career. It is remarkable stuff, and we should enjoy him while he's here because he might not have much longer.
I thought he had whatever Nakatani wanted to have tonight. I thought Inoue could have fought. If this was 15 rounds, I think Inoue would end up knocking him out. Like it's just something clutch about Inoue that we saw in there. Like I said, Inoue is the kind of guy. Hey, whatever you want to do, we could do it. You want to box? I could box. You want to fight? I could fight. And I think that's what he did tonight. Like I know people are pointing to those couple rounds of success that Nakatani had, and we're all saying, "Oh, if." Bro, it's just some guys. It's always gonna look like that. It's always gonna look like that, and Inoue will always do enough to offset whatever you got going on.
You're right about that, but he had to do enough to offset what was going on today. Like I want to get that right. He was in a tough fight today. He was in a very tough fight. He was in one of the toughest fights he's ever been in. So I'm kind of talking almost the way like if it was like a masterclass performance as far as one way, and I just didn't see that. That's not the kind of fight I saw.
Ezra, how do you feel about Nakatani after the fight, though? Had your opinion changed on him, or is?
I think highly of him still. I think that if you're going to lose a fight, right? I think that's not a bad way of walking away losing it. I think he proved that he. Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say you said it before the fight. If Naoya Inoue leaves the division, he's the best one. He's the best person in there.
And he looked it right. Like he looked it. He did not look out of place in this fight.
No, that's not what Ezra said.
No. I said if he leaves it, him and Hernandez are going to be.
No, you said Sebastian Hernandez.
No. I said between those two because I had that fight close. I said that if Junto knocks out, if Inoue knocks out Junto, then Hernandez probably takes it over, right? But what we had today, right? What we left with today, I think I left with feeling really good about Junto. I mean, like if you're going to lose to Inoue, who's we're talking about one of the greats of all time, he made his case like, hey, I'm at a very high level. So okay, I didn't beat Inoue, but didn't leave laid out on the floor. I didn't embarrass myself. I didn't look out of place. Now if he leaves the division, I could go and make a case to run this division, and you don't feel like, oh well, that's just the left behinds of Inoue. I don't feel like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Did the fight live up to his billing?
Yeah, I think people want Fast and the Furious. Like that's what an automatic fight of the year is. It's like it must be Fast and the Furious. Entertainment from the action packed from the beginning. I mean, I think this fight had a storyline to it. It was like you got two skilled guys. It was tentative to start with. Wasn't the most entertaining to start off with as far as like action, but you were on your edge of your seat on what was going to happen. Picked up in the second half, and you saw Nakatani kind of go on a run, and then Inoue bites down the 11th, and it's like, to me, that's a damn good fight. I have no complaints about that. Is it going to be fight of the year? Probably not, right? Just because the first half of what it was, but I think it was an extremely entertaining fight and an extremely tense fight, and a fight that had me at the edge of my seat. You don't have to be complete action to be entertaining or to have my interest, right? This fight had my interest the whole time.
That fight played out like a movie. It started slow, it built up, you got introduced to everyone, and then you had the conflict in the middle where Nakatani started taking over the fight. There were momentum swings, there were changes where it went back and forth, and then ultimately you had the conclusion where the hero won.
Yeah, it played out like a well-made movie. That's you're right, Huey.
This is the first time that a fight between 2 pound-for-pound guys will not affect my next pound-for-pound list.
Oh, they're gonna stay right where they're at.
I don't plan on moving Nakatani down. I don't think he showed me anything today that makes me think that he's not one of the 7 best fighters in the world.
100%.
And you can't get much higher than number 1 for anyway.
So for some reason I thought you had him at number 2.
Nah, come on, man. I know boxing.
You do.
Yeah, but this was honestly, this was a great performance. This was a great performance, man. I love what Inoue did in there. I just think that, like I said, he was ready for anything. He was ready for anything that Junto had going for him. We got a comment from the official historian of Brunch Boxing, J-Ro. He says Inoue did not have a tough time getting inside early. He got inside early and often and got out of range before Junto could counter. I agree. I'm not sure what you saw, Ezra.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think you guys are saying that he won that portion of the fight. Yes, he won that portion of the fight. But was he doing the work that he wanted to do in that portion? No, I don't agree with that. I think that he was having. I think it was very tentative, and he was at points getting stuck within the round. Now was getting stuck at range. I do think that. Like I don't think that. Oh, he was just in, and then because trust me, if he would have got inside, he would have blasted him away. I mean, that's the way. Inoue didn't come in to me like even on a boxing stance. He came in like a real aggressive stance. He came in on like I want to land some stuff on this guy, right? Like you said, he didn't start off cold. He started off hot. So I don't agree with that. I do think that at first, I do think that at little points of it, he was having a struggle getting in. But like I said, he won that portion. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, oh, he lost that portion.
Yeah.
Was he struggling to get inside and let off his offense, or was he being respectful of his opponent, kind of as he has in the first, and just trying to be more of a technical get in and out type of fight early on, where he felt Nakatani was still more dangerous?
I thought that he
I'll
was.
put it this way.
No, I thought he was doing the brother Nassim Richardson. He was swimming without getting wet.
Oh, yeah.
He got in, got out.
The first round, he really doesn't land anything. He initiates, but he really doesn't land anything in the first round. I gave him the round just for initiating because Junto didn't do anything. He doesn't land anything in the first round. Second round, I thought
in the first round.
Second round, I thought Junto won. Right, second round I thought Junto won. Now, okay, in the third round from there, like I'm kind of scoring for Inoue just for initiating and landing one shot here and there, but no one is really doing anything at that point. It just Inoue is more confident in his work and he believes in he's trying to make something happen. And that's why I said like Junto, you can't wait. He probably could have took a few early rounds if he just initiated. If he just initiated and led the thing, I'm curious what that looks like.
I didn't have Junto winning a round till like the eighth or something like that.
Yeah,
So
like I don't know what you was watching. I really don't.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But like I said, in the second round, if you could make a case, I guess it's closer. I guess you can make a case to won it. If I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm looking at the scorecard right now, and all the judges had it for anyway the second round. It was probably close round, like you said, but
Yeah, it looks like you can make a case for it. I'm just saying, Inoue wasn't in the first round. Is not landing anything super effective. Second round's not landing anything super effective. It takes a while before he starts landing good shots. I mean, that's the truth of it. So, okay, yes, he's winning by initiating. He's more initiator. He's beating the guy to the step, 100%. But it wasn't like he was marching in and getting on the inside. That's not what was happening.
Yeah. That was an excellent fight, man. I know people are upset that I guess it started slow, but to me, it just started like a high speed chess match. You
Matt,
know,
we do
that's
have another guest here. If you want to go, give your introduction.
I don't know who's the guest. I'm on.
It's whoever you invited.
I invited two people.
It's the first one that you told. It's the first one you told me to send.
Oh, hold on, because I really don't know. Maybe you
This
should
is a
introduce
fun-
them.
just say the name
Yeah,
real
why
quick.
don't you introduce them? I don't know who
All
it
right,
is.
well, because you're gonna be better
there.
introduce it. It's Nair, former 4-time division champion from featherweight down to is it bantamweight, flyweight to
Yes, sir.
featherweight. No need to Nair. You broke down the fight for us before. What do you have to say afterward?
Well, I was exactly right with the straight. You know, instead of stepping back. Now, when you guys were saying something about the rounds, you got to give it to the champion, regardless how close it is. You got to give it to the champion because they weren't really doing anything. You know, so to me, I would have given it to Inoue because of the fact that they weren't really doing anything. You know, and Nakatani didn't really land anything significant to get the round. You know, so you got to go with the champion on every close, very 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 close. That could go either way. You know what I mean? So, but you know, like I said, if he had shot that straight right down the middle every single time, Inoue cannot set up. If he's waiting for that jab to nullify the jab, Inoue's coming in with the straight every single time, and that's why he got caught with it sometimes. And when he did through that straight, it would land and it would set up everything else. You know, and he would, if every time that he would walk or move to the right, he was set up to get out or to counter because Inoue likes to lean on the right. So when you're in a right hand stand, Inoue would lean to the right when he see a feint or when he see a punch coming at him. And guess what? If Nakatani had moved to his right, then Inoue wouldn't be able to catch him because that was already a way out for Nakatani. But he was leaning to counter with an uppercut and an overhand left, and that's why in the early rounds he was just kind of waiting for Inoue to throw, but he couldn't get the timing because Inoue he's twitchy, you know. And when he threw the 1-2, when he threw the jab, the 1-2 came in right after. So you can't really time those because it's very quick. Now, if he had initiated with the straight, like I was saying prior to, he would land it every single time and he would be out. And he did some of that. I've seen a lot of that stuff where he got out of it and he would land and he would get the straight right down the middle and he was posed to set up again, you know. But it's very difficult to say otherwise because when you're in there, it gets tough. You know, your mind is running 1,000,000 miles per hour. You know, you're seeing everything. So it's very difficult for us people in the back. Like even for me as a fighter, I know it's very difficult being in there, especially you get a guy like who is quick and who has power. And it takes away a lot of the timing because Inoue is very twitchy.
Now, one of the observations, Nonito, that I had even before the first bell rang was that Nakatani looked dry and Inoue looked warmed up. Did you notice anything about Nakatani early that maybe he did come in cold and it took him a while to get started?
I noticed the same thing. When I look, that's something I look at every single announcement. When they're announcing the name, there's no sweat at all. With him, he was just like dry. I'm like, okay, what's going on over here? Did he set up? Did he get? Did something Was he trying to conserve energy or calm himself down? But there was no sweat, and he didn't look warm at all. And I agree with that, Matt.
Yeah. Now, obviously, Inoue won, I think, the first half of the fight fairly easily. Nakatani did make some adjustments in like the mid-late rounds, but Inoue came back in round 11. How much of a factor do you think the clash of heads played in the outcome of the later rounds?
Especially the last 2 rounds, it really bothered him. You can see that he wasn't throwing his straight; he was just covering his eye the whole time. And you can't do that. I mean, I believe it affected him tremendously because it wasn't the same Nakatani from the seventh on.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It was. I think overall it was a great fight. I thought it was a great performance by Inoue. What did you sense at all that Inoue was in any danger? Like, because I know Ezra thought that Nakatani was starting to put it on Inoue a little bit. Did you sense that, or did you think Inoue had it the whole way going?
I thought that he got rocked a couple of times, and same thing with Nakatani. He got rocked a couple of times, but you see Inoue got stunned a little bit, and you'd see him step back, and then vice versa. They would step back every time they get hurt. And I saw Nakatani hurt more than Inoue did. But then I did see a couple of punch like the right hook that landed on Inoue. I thought he was stunned with that, and then a straight as well. But obviously, I believe that Nakatani just held off too late to engage.
Was that a confidence thing? Did he have to find out if he was you think that was nerves, not knowing what Inoue had from him if he responded? What do you think that was that he held off for the first half?
From looking at the fight, I thought the nerves came in because if you really look at him when he was stepping out into the walk into the ring, he was looking around. Fighters don't look around. We look into our opponent. We look straight into that ring, But you see him looking around and trying to feel the whole crowd. To me, nerves really set in, and it's very difficult to um to shake that off. For me, I'm so used to that, but for Nakatani, it was his first biggest fight in Japan. He moved up in weight, and I felt, and me and Rach was talking about this. I thought that he rushed himself in that division just to get that fight. I believe he did amazing still, but I thought that the lack of experience, the lack of feel, made him slow down a little bit early on, and so like he was told, you better go get it. But yeah, I believe that felt that had to do a lot in the early rounds, the little nerves that was because he was holding himself too much, whether he was trying to time the uppercut, the left hook, or whatever it may be, but he held his stance for too long, like the.
Did we lose him?
Uh-oh. I think
Somebody
Junto
called him.
took his internet.
You got a call.
But one thing that I want to say when it comes to the experience factor, I think the lack of experience showed in the corner also with Rudy Hernandez, because it should not have taken that long for him to tell Junto to let your hands go. That half of the fight was
It's
already
very
over.
difficult too. It's very difficult too at times because sometimes it depends on the fighter. Sometimes it don't really matter. Sometimes because you can tell a fighter sometimes, and they don't really do it because they felt some type of way. They want to do something, But yeah, definitely, I believe in that too as well. That he held himself off a little bit, but that could be part of him. We don't really know because we don't really hear what the corner is or what they did in the game plan. But from what it seems like, he was holding himself too much, whether it's a corner or whether because as a fighter, you know how to fight, and sometimes you just got to go in there and make it happen. You know what I mean? Especially for a big fight. But all of that is part of the whole game in the boxing, especially for a big fight, and that would be the case as well.
Um, as what do you want to
Yes.
see next for Junto Nakatani?
Honestly, I would like to see a rematch. And if it's not a
I
rematch,
believe
I
that
like
too.
wait,
I
wait.
want to see it. I want to see
Yeah.
him.
I
Third.
want to see a rematch, but it's either one versus Inoue or versus Hernandez.
Yeah, that's the one I want to see. I'd like to see the Hernandez rematch.
And a little bit of me thinks that he started off very fast in the Hernandez fight. Now Hernandez was a lot easier to hit, but he starts off very fast in that fight and then tails off in the second half. I don't know if maybe that got in his head a little bit, where it's like, hey, let me save a little bit in the tank and not go all crazy in this and then burn out again in this round. I don't know if that is, like it's a different opponent, different strategy, but I do want to see a rematch either way, either opponent.
Uh,
Well,
I would want to
the thing
see.
is,
Go ahead, Nonito.
yeah. So the thing is, you can have all of that, with how, because the guy is easy to hit and all of that stuff, but Inoue is very difficult to face, especially if you make a mistake with him. He'll make you pay. So that could play a whole lot in his mind, that he can't make a mistake. Because he did get hit with some big shot and he felt those shots.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't want to see a rematch between Inoue and Nakatani unless they get Nonito in Nakatani's corner. I think Nonito could bring the game plan for
Push him along, push him.
him.
I'm all in. I'm all in because Junto is a very talented fighter, but he's not utilizing his capabilities. His length, his height, and being a southpaw. I mean, you see that Inoue was going the wrong way, and that's why he was able to get out. Nakatani was able to get out and throw the combination. But the thing is, he would throw the combination and he would stay there instead of posting, throw the jab, put him off balance, and then get yourself in control all over. But he would throw the combination, which he did great, but inside fighter, he was so smothered that the punches didn't look like it was anything. And that's why he just got to push off with the jab, or turn him with the right hook, and use it as a post. All of that stuff to get Inoue off his feet. But if you don't do anything, Inoue is going to come back, and especially if you're right in front of him.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you think of they're battling the front foot, and Inoue was taking the inside track instead of usually you see guys will try to take the outside with their foot. What did you think of that strategy by Inoue?
But that's why I said Inoue doesn't really know how to fight a southpaw,
Okay.
and he would lean the wrong way, and that's how Nakatani would in from the seventh on, he would land the 1-2s in the straight, because Inoue would like to go there. Now Inoue would throw a little straight in there too and would land, but only if Junto goes back into moving to the left. But if he moved to the right, Inoue was very confused. He didn't really know what to do, and all he did was cover up, because Nakatani was able to throw combination. But the problem was he was staying right there instead of pushing him off, like Lomachenko or Bam Rodriguez kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I was thinking for Junto, I would like to see him fight Bam next.
I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all.
I would like to see him fight Bam next.
Yeah, I'd love
I
that fight next.
I don't think it will be right.
Who,
It,
Junto?
yeah, because here's the thing. I don't think it would be right if Bam just tries to skip to an Inoue fight. He got to get past Junto first for me. Because I'm not too.
I think he made it clear.
I'm not sure Bam beats Junto. I'm not sure about that at all.
No, I mean that's a hell of a fight. That's two high level guys.
So
And
yeah,
they're both southpaws,
yeah, yeah. That would be a
so it's
very
going to be
interesting
very
fight,
hard.
man.
It is. It's going to be very difficult to maneuver around the taller guy when he has a distance. The reason why Bam is able to do so is because he's at a distance, close range, where he can shift off and get out of the 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 range where the hit zone. So he would lean and he would move like Lomachenko kind of thing, right? But they're not in front. And for a taller guy with the reach and have the distances, he needs to really extra push himself in there to get in there.
Yeah, yeah. Just in case anyone's not following the live reports, Junto Nakatani is suspected to have an orbital fracture in his face, and he will be taken to a local medical facility in Japan.
Which that 11th round that you could tell that really affected him, right? In the 11th round, the thing because it would take like like a round to like get numb before you're like, okay, I can adjust to this. So you could see that why that 11th round was really he was really closing his eye and touching his eye a lot.
Matt, do you want to reply to the
Well, the
comment from?
headbutt really did. The headbutt
Mm-hmm.
really did a big thing. I mean, those are really hard. You got no paddings in there when you hit bones to bones. One thing that I know, I feel like the Japanese need to drink more milk, man, because they be breaking their face. But no, but I think the headbutt really caught that really made the whole game plan for Junto.
Yeah, and anyway, let's be honest, he got a big ass head. I know that shit hurt. I know that shit hurt.
Hey,
Anyway, got a
Inoue
big
fought well
ass
though,
head.
but you can see the difference between the younger Inoue and this Inoue. His chin is up there. He get caught with things, and he gets a little bit more reckless than how he was when he was younger. I mean, he's very confident for sure, but you see when he attacks, his chin is up there, and this is why sometimes when you time him right, he'll go down. But that's the part of being experienced. Is sometimes you're just confident, and sometimes you let yourself open for shots, and fortunately, Nakatani couldn't land or time it properly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think he's gonna end up kicking himself for not either properly warming up or just I don't know, man. He gave away way too many early rounds. He's gonna be kicking himself.
I mean, Mike, this is what we saw, right? That's what the sparring kind of looked like, right?
Yeah,
He kind of went
I
fast.
really thought it was that. I really thought it was a game plan, Matt.
Yeah,
That's what he was going to do. He was going to get the second half of the
yeah, and
Hey,
fight. You
I
know.
also think that they wanted to capitalize on Inoue jumping in. I thought that I think they thought that they could probably catch him when they were coming in, but that's the
yeah,
way he
but
fought.
anyway, it was too quick.
Yeah, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. That's the temperament they had in sparring. What we saw was he waited. He was very patient. He waited back, and the guy he fought was pretty fast handed, a guy, and he was that guy was if you were scoring on points, right? Sparring, so that's not what they're doing. But if you were scoring on points, you'd be like, oh, well, that guy's winning because he's just beating him to the punch. And then when Juto would step it up, you would see Juto get to work. But that's when he would initiate, and that's what I was telling Mike. I said he can't fight this way because he can't wait back in a way. You're not gonna wait back and win the points.
Yeah, we saw early on anyway, like the OG's classic, get in, get out. He got in there, and then when Junto tried to counter, Inoue was already gone. He was swinging that air every single time. There was a funny moment in the fight where Inoue got in, got out, and Inoue was already out, and Junto tried to throw an uppercut to the body, and Inoue paused like he was taking a picture, like, "Hey, I'm already gone, buddy." Like this is the championship level, buddy. This is a different level. This is Hall of Fame level. I just thought, oh man, I really thought anyway was at the peak of his powers. I'll be honest with you, man. I really did.
And that's why a lot of the time when Junto would just set to counter, Inoue would punch, but he'll push with it to get you off balance so you can't counter him, and that's why it's very difficult for him to do that. And when he did change a little bit of the style, it was different. But I do believe that Junto moving up in weight as fast as he did, took away a lot of his power. He didn't, like me and Race was talking about. It didn't look like he carried his power in the bantamweight division, super bantamweight division.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing about that, right? So he moved up to super bantamweight. You're fighting a lot of guys that's used to get hit by these guys, so it might not carry the same way anyway. It's not like Inoue is a guy that just moved up with him. Inoue moved up years ago. Inoue's been getting hit by people like Nonito Donaire and Luis Neri, like guys that could actually fucking punch. So I think Junto's power, whatever advantage we thought he was gonna have, like no Naoya anyway has seen that before. He's felt that before. And I
Yeah.
thought Naoya anyway knew that going in there. Like to me, the only way Junto was gonna win was through a war of attrition where he would throw so many punches, let them hands go, where he could wear the older fighter down. I thought that's where he had to win the fight at, and I just don't think that that was the strategy going into the fight. And to me, that's, hey, I know we always say it's the fighter's fault, but that's on the trainer. That was the wrong strategy going into the fight. So we do have a couple comments from the listeners that I wanted to get to. I see Josh Frudar Boxing says he doesn't want to see Inoue versus Bam. He wants to see Inoue at featherweight next. And Hefe says that Junto was definitely nervous. I don't think he was nervous in the
I didn't
sense
think it was
of the fight.
nerves. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, I think everyone has some type of nerve
Yeah,
going
yeah,
into
yeah.
any fight, but I don't think he was like nervous. And Twan is asking, is there any reason why not Junto, why Inoue didn't throw more body shots throughout the fight? Yeah, he's fighting a big
Counting the
ass
head.
long guy. Yeah.
Matt, do you want to respond to the question from Basquiat in the YouTube comments? I'll
I'm
bring it
not
up on
looking
the
at the comments. You're gonna have to
I'll
cue
bring
them
it
up
up on the
for me
screen here for you. So if you're not sure Bam beats Junto, why would he take that fight instead of the bigger fight with Inoue?
because he has to me, he has to do what I guess Shakur Stevenson is making on Shaq Foster do. He's gonna have to fight his underling before he gets to the final boss. That's why.
Yeah, but that's not the case, right? Like I said, if Bam wants that fight, the fight will get made.
Sorry, no,
Oh,
I didn't realize we got
Inoue would
disconnected.
take that fight right. Listen,
That's what I'm
I
saying. So
I
like it
think
doesn't.
Inoue might break his hand rushing to
Hey,
sign for that fight.
like I posted, the contract says in a way, but it doesn't say in a way. It doesn't say Naiwa. The contract says in a way, but it
Exactly,
doesn't say Naiwa.
exactly.
Does it
Hey,
say
put my
which?
name in there, then, man.
Yeah.
That was a great fight for Japan. That was an amazing fight. You can see the different in levels. Sometimes we expect so much in big fights, but that was an amazing chess match, and they had to adjust. It wasn't just the same thing over and over. They had to adjust. They had to make things happen. Both guys are a tremendous fighter, and Nue did his thing today, and he looked great. He had power, against Nakatani, who's game after the seventh. But yeah, put my name in there with Takuma. I think he did an amazing fight, by the way. He did an incredible fight.
Yeah, he looked very
Yeah.
good.
And you know what? Let's put a bow on the main event, and we'll get to the card real quick, and then we'll move on to tonight's action. Ezra, what's next for Naoya Inoue?
I think it's going to be 126, and I think that there's a lot of fights in there that people would be interested in. I think that there were points where I thought he did struggle in this fight, right, or at least look human in this fight, and I think that's only going to help the selling power because you're going to say 126 guys are going to be too big, and then he's slowing down a little bit and all those things, but I think he's going to have a lot of success at that weight as well. So I think 126 is it. There's a lot of guys lined up there, a lot of interesting fights, and he could make his run there.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the real co-feature of the evening. Now, we're not going to get to the swing bout that let Shingo Inoue warm up his fighter. Let's get to the real co-feature of the evening. WBC Bantamweight Championship, Takuma Inoue shut out Kazuto Ioka. You guys keep telling me it's not 2016 anymore. Damn, it really was not 2016 anymore. He, it looked like Ioka was fighting Naoya Inoue in there. The hand speed was glaring. It was a masterful performance by Takuma Inoue. I hope this is the end for Kazuto Ioka. Maybe have a farewell fight New Year's Eve, December 31st in Japan. But it's time to call it a career. What'd you see in there, Ezra?
Yeah, I thought Ioka has seen better days. And I thought that Inoue would look fast. He was moving very well, and because of his speed, the power was even there, right? He was even walking Ioka into shots, and Ioka couldn't see what was coming. He couldn't do anything. Like he was trying to get him his timing. He just didn't have it. He didn't have it at all. So yeah, he was just a step behind, 2 steps behind, honestly, against Inoue. And I thought Inoue looked really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really much to break down. Nonito, are you still with us?
Yes, sir.
What did you see in that fight with Takuma and Kazuto?
Well, from what I explained before, when he fought tension, he got confident. And early on, he didn't, and he got confident, and he started feeling himself that he can make it happen, and it showed in this fight, continuous from his last fight with tension, and he looked more confident. He looked like he'd grown up, and that's why for me, I'm like, put my name in there because the guy that you lost to, I beat him, so put me up in there. But he did look good. He did look great, and again, that confident level, like I mentioned before, when he's confident, he's formidable. He's a really good fighter.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was a very good performance. Not much of a fight. I would like to break down the rest of the card, but unfortunately, the zone didn't let us see it.
What was that about?
Yeah, I had plans of staying up all night watching this whole card, and then I got 3 fights.
Yeah, what was that
whatever
about?
it was.
I tuned in. I see a shot of the boxing ring 1,000 feet away, and two guys talking, and I was like, what's happening here? I mean, is
Yeah,
this?
yeah. I've seen
Yeah.
that too. I was like, what is
Man,
going on? They're
you-
fighting, but we are only seeing the whole crowd and everybody.
You know what we needed? We needed Mikey Garcia's IG live.
We did. Mikey Garcia filming from the front row from his phone. We needed that angle. Like it was ridiculous. But I will say this too. There were points where I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing it happened for everyone. I mean, DAZN's camera would just go out for fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just go out, and then you would have to watch from that 1,000-foot view, and you would have to look at the big screen like if I was there in the cheap seat. You know what I mean? Like I was like, what is happening here?
Yep. You were squinting at your TV to watch the TV on your screen.
Yes, and it was like I was like, damn, I'm gonna miss the knockout. Like Junto or Inoue are gonna knock each other out, and I'm gonna come back and someone's gonna be later on the ring. Bro, yeah,
I was in a nosebleed, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you sometimes at this man, I really get worried.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, we can't break down the rest of the card. I heard it was a great event.
Hey, that prospect loss.
Yes, it's just Sasaki.
Yeah,
it was a split decision.
Okay.
And you know what I got to say about that? Probably need a little more development. Can't rush these guys, man.
Oh, this son of a bitch.
I'll tell you right now, Naoya Inoue and Junto are not made overnight. I'll tell you that right now.
32 fights apiece to get to this part.
Yep.
Hey, but it is funny because I did mention he did not come up the way these other elite prospects come up. He fought a bunch of cans.
Yeah, you did. You just say that.
So when he took his first step up, it was more than he bargained for.
I hear it's a great fight. Someone said, and I don't know, this is just Twitter comment. Someone said fight of the year candidate. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I wish I could have saw it, but yeah.
Well, because apparently Sensaki just can't get out of the way of an uppercut. They said that he was getting his head flown. But I would have loved to see it. I mean, I don't know. Is that true? We don't know.
I'll tell you this right now. That's a perfect card to have Fast and the Furious and then an Oscar winner at the end. You know what I mean? Like, it's perfect card to have that kind of balance. It would have been nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That was man, oh man, oh man. But yeah, very good card. Before we close out this card, we got one more question from one of the listeners. Hefe wants to know if Junto was more assertive earlier, would he have won? Maybe, or he would have got knocked out.
Junto?
We don't know.
Yeah, you don't know, but I do. I definitely think that's it changes the fight because I tell you those early rounds. But that's 100% Matt said 100% right. If he goes early when Inoue's at full speed and everything, maybe he can put to sleep right away. So that it's just a different fight. But I think that's why the rematch is interesting because I don't think Junto will start slow like that again. And I think that's why the rematch is history. Maybe he gets knocked out cold, but that is one thing that is going to stay in my mind. Is like if he starts fast, what does that fight look like?
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, if he starts fast, and like Matt said, Inoue's seen was he has to see, he's going to start with that uppercut. He's going to be able to try to time that. I think that you're right. He does have the ability where he might be able to have more success early. But what we're going to see is we're not going to see that mid-round surge, and then that late takeover from Inoue is going to be even greater.
You guys see? Yeah. Listen, I think enough happened to keep the rematch interesting. Go ahead, Mike. My bad.
I was begging Junto to step on that foot so he wouldn't go anywhere. I was like, come on, step on his foot. Hey, Ezra, you were right a lot, not a lot, but you're right. I was paying attention to the footwork, and his fucking footwork is faster than his damn punches. How's that possible?
Yeah, his feet are so fast. You know what I mean? And that's why I was thinking it's interesting that he took the inside track. You know what I mean? You would think you go the outside track, but that's why I think that he wanted to get good work in because he was taking the inside track on Junto because he's so damn quick. Yeah, his feet are amazing.
But if you really look at Inoue, when he is quick, like I said, he's very
Yeah.
quick, but it's only a short amount of distance that he can do that. This is why
Okay.
when you step out, it's very difficult for him,
You know,
and then that's when he reaches in.
we were having a discussion on. Did you think that Inoue was getting to the inside very easy to start the fight of Junto?
Well, that's the thing I was saying. That's the thing I was saying is he has a very close distance. He can close the distance really quick, but to maintain it is very difficult for him.
Yeah.
And that's why you see him reach in a lot. But he has a limited amount of closing in. But if you're in front of him and you're waiting, he's gonna get in really quick. But then that's where his limit is. But he can get out really fast as well. But the distance is he has limited in his range when it comes down to that.
Yeah, and I don't think Junto controlled the distance at all.
Oh wow, I don't agree with you on that, but all right.
Hey, listen, you heard from a fighter himself.
Well, he said that he got in quick, but that he couldn't control it, couldn't contain it.
No, but if you look at how he was coming in, he only did the 2 jump. That's it, 2 jump, and then he'll reach in because he doesn't have another 3rd or 4th or 5th to get in. That's why when Nakatani would step out, he was out of range and he would leave Inoue, and this is why Inoue would crouch down a little bit because he couldn't press it every time that Junto would step in. Now, if you look at it again, you'll see that he can cut the distance really quick, but to persist in that, to put more step into it, he feels very awkward, and that's why he reaches in.
Yeah.
Right down, you might learn something, Matt.
hey, one day me and you gonna step in the ring, motherfucker.
Before we put a bow on this card here, do you want to answer this last question from Trey on does Inoue fight first at 126? Maybe who you think he will and who you would like him to. Give both answers.
Both answers are Brandon Figueroa.
Bro.
Oh, okay.
That's a perfect fight to start off at 126.
Yeah,
it's really the perfect fight. And I'm trying. He's gonna have some devastating work. It might not be one punch knockouts at 126, but he's gonna break dudes as he goes up to 126. Like his shots, I'm just telling you right now, like those shots are gonna add up. Like Espinoza, Figueroa, you're gonna see them like how De La Hoya looked in the corner versus Pacquiao. I'm telling you right now, like these shots are gonna add up like crazy at this weight class. I'm excited. Like that's the thing. The good thing, but anyway, I'm still excited to see everything he's got. I feel like this 126 run is gonna be a hell of a run.
Yeah, I would love to see Inoue versus Brandon Figueroa in Los Angeles.
Let's do it.
Yep, that's exactly. I was just about to ask: is that an LA fight or a Japan fight? So LA. I don't think Trey's very happy with that answer. I'm pretty sure he wanted either Espinoza or probably the name I said yesterday, Shushu. But
they're coming. Those names will be.
Yeah, they'll be there.
The one thing that's like great about Inoue when he goes to weight, he's gonna fight all the guys that are there. All the guys that are there, you don't worry that they'll get their turn.
All right.
Even MJ got a turn.
Nonino, I don't know if you're staying with us, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. Matt, did we have anything else on this card before we move on?
Nah, that was it, man. Hey, Nonito, I appreciate you for getting out of staying up late to join us. I know it's like almost 11 o'clock out there. Now you got to get your rest. But thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. That was a great fight. Japan's on a different level with their fighters. They got great fighters. They knew is definitely are the cream of the crop when it comes down to Japan fighters. They're incredible. So, something to look forward to. And also at the same time, I do want to see them in LA outside of Japan too. See how that pressure comes about, and will that change the whole dynamic of his fighting style and stuff like that. I think it's all in the question. But thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys, and yeah, man, that was a great fight.
Absolutely, man. Nonino Donell, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was a fun event, but it's only the first half of the Boxing Day. Tonight, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, the Mexican Civil War for the Cruiserweight Championship. El Bandero Rojo, a.k.a. El Monstro, David Benavidez versus the new golden boy, Zurdo Ramirez. Mike, Huey, you guys are boots on the ground out there. Fight day has finally come. What did you guys see yesterday? What are you guys expecting today?
Mike, I'll let you lead on this one.
I'm expecting all wars today. Don't expect, I know some of you guys like the technical of it. It might not be too technical today. And you know what? I usually don't say this, but man, I believe the undercard is a must tune in with some of these guys on it. But if you just love fights, knowing that someone's going to hit the canvas, man, tonight's a great night. The main event. The main event is something else. A lot of people are going back and forth. A lot of the hardcore Mexicans are going Zerto. So this is going to be, if Benavidez can pull this off, he can win another fan base tonight.
He could either win another fan base or he could be forever hated by another fan base.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of buzz out here. A lot of people are out for the fight. A lot of people are excited for this fight. Fans, people in boxing, the media, other fighters that are here. Everyone's talking about the main event. But realistically, like Mike said, there's a lot of bangers on this fight. There's a lot of action on this card. There's 3 fights that could steal the show. You got the main event with Benavidez and Zurdo. That's most likely. You got the co-main. Depending on what Munguia shows up, Resendez and Munguia could be an all-action war. And then, Duarte and Fierro is going to be a great fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Ezra.
Listen, Matt, I had to fight for my seats in the press conference. That's how tough it is right now, man. So, I mean, they're really out there this week. So,
Oh, man. Ezra, what are your thoughts on tonight's fight?
I'm excited. This is the matchup I wanted for Benavidez. I've been calling for this matchup. I think it's going to be an excellent fight. The more and more I watch it, I just think it's going to be really competitive, and it puts Benavidez in a situation where he's not the bigger man. He's going against a guy that's the bigger man. He's going to take away some of the advantages that Benavidez has, and we're going to see him rely on some things that I know he's good at, but hadn't rely on 100% to win a fight. And I think you're going to have to see that tonight. His shots, I don't think that he's going to his power is going to have a huge effect on the fight tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of his speed. I think it's going to be a lot of his work rate, and I think a lot of his how defensive he is. I think I've always said that David Benavidez is sneaky defensive, and I think you're going to see a lot of that tonight with Zurdo. Zurdo's a strong guy. He could find the back foot. I think he could find the front foot going too. And if you notice the thing in their sparring on the clip that they showed, he wasn't backing up. They were forward to forehead with their shots. I expect that tonight. I don't think Zurdo's going to back up. I think they want to beat Zurdo. I think they know that Zurdo's the bigger man here. Zurdo's strong, and they want to see what Benavidez looks like if he has to go backwards. The one way that I always thought that if you were going to beat Benavidez, what you would do was try to push him back. Get away his momentum to see how good his legs are if they have to start moving. How good is his offense if he has to start going backwards? I think you're gonna see Zurdo try to be strong in there. I think you're gonna see Zurdo with a high guard go forward to forehead with Benavidez and look to push him back and see what happens there. Like I said, sparring could go one way, but these shots are gonna mean more in 10-ounce gloves, no headgear. These shots are gonna mean more, and you're gonna see what it is. But I think this is gonna be a hell of a fight, a back and forth fight, and I can't wait to see it.
All right. Well, we have a special guest to help us preview. To help us preview tonight's matchup, David Benavidez versus Zurdo Ramirez. We have PR extraordinaire, PR manager for David Benavidez, Emily Gert. What's going on, Emily?
Hey guys, did you hear me yell at my family? I'm on. So
I
did.
did.
We did hear that. Yeah, we did.
Apologize for that. We're in a hotel room, so it's very tight, and just wanted to let them know to be quiet.
That's the best part about this show is we don't hide anything. I mean, I started off the show by walking my dog and then to going off camera to pick up his crap. You know what I mean? So that's the way this show starts.
I appreciate that.
We don't hide anything. There's no editing.
Yeah.
And Matt's off camera cooking breakfast.
That's so funny. So sad I wasn't caught on camera the first time a piece of shit picked up a piece of shit. Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
You know what? I've called Ezra that twice this weekend out loud, so you're not wrong.
But you know what, Emily? I want to get right into it. Fight week. It's been a hectic week there. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of luminaries. David Benavidez versus Zito Ramirez. What's the atmosphere like for you?
Man, this is a big fight, and everybody's feeling that. So, that's been a lot of it's been a roller coaster of a week, just kind of going through and trying to enjoy the experience and still get all the work done. David's been, such a pleasure to work with. As always, he understands, the media, and he has to. It's part of what he needs to do, and he's such a great interview. And just watching every interview, it's different. A lot of fighters, they kind of give the same answers every time, and he's just a really interesting guy. And one of my favorites was when he sat down with Big Boy, and Big Boy interviewed him for about 10 minutes, and it was just so funny listening to them play off each other. So, but yeah, you know what? The atmosphere, we're just very excited, just very, very glad it's here. He trained for 5 months for this fight, lived in training camp, and everybody's very excited for this moment. I mean, it's such a huge moment for everybody, and David is going to I think this is going to really catapult him to a different level.
Now, let me ask you a question, because he's fighting at cruiserweight for the first time in his career, which means he really didn't have to cut weight or cut much weight. What do you say to people who think that might be a negative for him, that maybe he didn't have to work as hard, which could affect him negatively in the fight?
The fact that he didn't have to cut weight, I think his body is in the right place. I mean, he's just in incredible shape, and he spent all of that time getting stronger and getting better. So I think we're going to see the best David we've seen, which, every fight he's better and better. And I think this is going to really show in this one.
Now he's going up against a guy who's also one of your favorites, Zito Ramirez.
Nobody knows that. I've been keeping that super quiet.
Yeah, people don't know that, but
Now it's out. Now it's out. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. But
you've
my
got
apologies.
to see Zito. You've got to see Zito up close this week. How does Zito look to you?
I don't know. I don't want to say anything out of turn, but I don't know, man. David looks really confident, and Zerto's very low key, so I've never been around him before, so I don't know if he's always like that, but he just seems low key, and I'm interested to see how that plays out in the ring. It's really hard to tell. I haven't interacted with him almost at all. I mean, I haven't at all. I've seen him walking by, but haven't really interacted with him.
Something that I also found very interesting. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't want to say the fire, but I don't see the anger from David this time around. It seems like he likes Zerto. It's almost like this is like a fight of mutual respect.
I think certainly that's the case. He definitely has an amiable relationship with Zerto, but I think if you watch him in interviews and you watch him talk about this fight, they ask him this a lot. You guys seem to be close. You seem to be friends. He's like, yeah, no, he's cool. But then you can see him shift internally, and his eyes kind of go fire a little bit. And he's like, yeah, but you know what? I'm still going to beat his ass on Saturday. David is the nicest guy out of the ring, but when he gets in there, it's going to be pain for Zerto.
Emily, do you feel the star power is different in this fight for David?
I do. It's definitely a different level. We've got some really exciting things happening. I think you guys will enjoy. And yeah, and he has this other publicist that came on board, and she's kind of a mainstream entertainment publicist, and so there's been a lot more influencers getting involved and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a little bit different this time for sure. And it's very cool. He's been the main event before, of course, but this is just a different vibe altogether. So
How does like you, because you've been around him since he was a teenager. Uh, how do you like seeing the growth and maturation from David from where he was at to where he's at now?
yeah, I watch interviews. There's that one that Sekbak has that he's still chubby and he's talking, and I see that kid because I knew that kid. I remember that kid, and it's just been a real blessing to see all of them grow up. David has always been like this very kind, sweet guy, and it was, I mean, it's almost shocking to see what he changes into in the ring, because he's a nice dude, uh, but watching him become a family man and how he takes care of his kids and how he takes care of his wife and his family, it's really, I'm very proud of him. As I've always felt about these kids, like they're part of my family, and he's not a kid. I keep saying he's kids. He's a grown man, but the Benavides siblings, and it's really just a pleasure to watch him, just the way he carries himself and his priorities. And I mean, it's just, I'm so proud of him, and I'm so proud of all of them. I don't know if you guys saw Isabella, his sister, did David's shoes. They are incredible. You can check them out on his Instagram and on hers, True Essence Customs. She's the one who did those cowboy boot boxing shoes. Do you guys remember that?
The cowboy boots one? No, I had to see him.
I'm gonna send it to you. It's I think it may have been Bam, but may not. Anyway, she's done some really cool stuff. And then Junior, David's brother, who of course is a boxer himself, he's working the corner. And it's been cool to watch him support him. I'll tell you, I couldn't get Junior to do an interview if I paid him when he was fighting. And, for David, he's out there talking to the media and stuff. And it's the support between the brothers is fun to see. And the camaraderie, of course, with the family and the team. And it's really awesome.
It's very interesting that you mentioned that, because I have noticed throughout training camp footage that Jose Jr. is more prominent in David's camp than he's ever been. I see him like holding pads. Is he going to be part of the training team now going forward? Is this like a transition from senior to junior? Is this a transition from junior from being a boxer to a trainer? What's going on with that situation? As you could shed light on.
I don't know what Junior's future holds. I mean, he's still training, so I think I've heard, and not even from them, I've just heard in general, like, oh, maybe he's getting ready for a fight or something. But so I don't think he's necessarily like transitioning completely, but definitely he's going to be part of Junior's or David's training camps, because he was a big part this time. And again, it's been cool to watch how they've interacted in that regard. But Junior learned a lot. Obviously, he's been fighting since he was a kid, and I don't know. It's and he could take those big punches too. Senior's a little small,
Yeah,
so he could take the bodyguard or whatever it's called.
Now, Senior, the ever loquacious Jose Benavides Senior, he has not been shy about his prediction of this fight. He said that David is gonna beat the hell out of Zerto and stop him in either round or round 10, 9 or 10. I want you. I know you don't usually pick fights. Put your prognosticator's cap on. Tell me how this fight goes.
I've said the exact same thing. I said round 9. And I've talked to different people about it. Definitely he's going to stop Zerto tonight, and I too believe it'll be in the later rounds. David has a way of just breaking down the body and soul of his opponents, and I think we're going to see that again tonight. And it's going to be a badass fight. I'm really excited.
Hey, listen, I can't wait, and I want to thank you for taking the time to join us this morning.
My pleasure.
To just chat about it a little bit. Enjoy the fights. Best of luck to you and your charge, Mr. David Benavides, and we will be talking to you soon.
Thank you guys. Good talking to you, and thank you for teaching me a new word, ever loquacious. That was a good word. Wait, I didn't get to tell my story about Mike.
I was waiting for it. I was like, come on.
So I'm sitting Have you heard this story, Ezra?
No, I'm waiting for it.
I'm sitting down in lobby bar last night with Mike and Huey, and there's people walking by, and it's a great view for people watching. And all of a sudden, Errol Spence walks by, and he goes, "Is that Errol Spence? Yeah, that's Errol Spence." He's like, Mike goes, "One time."
Come on, Mike.
I said, "Mike, isn't that Keith Thurman?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I guess it is."
Well, like Emily said, we
I
were
forgot
hanging
about
out
the
in the
truth.
lobby bar. We were where we were, and hey, he said the wrong name.
It's okay. It's
I will
okay.
say
Now
this.
listen. For about 3 seconds, I thought about, man, maybe I got to be like Brittany and check myself in, man. Just
Man, I'll tell you right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
So
All right, you
all
guys.
he thinks is that you were insulting him.
I
You were
will
calling
say
him a
this:
one.
if we do not get an Errol Spence interview, we know why.
Exactly.
He's over there talking with Mario Barrios. Like, these guys call me one
come on.
time.
Listen, I got Mario Barrios interview. Come on, we can make this up too.
All right, you guys have a great day. Enjoy the
Emily,
fights.
see you later.
You too.
Bye.
Wait a minute. You got a Mario Barrows interview?
Yeah,
Yes,
at
I
the
did,
last
Ezra.
at Fedora Thurman. And then
Oh.
hold up, Ezra. I made sure to tell him how he big timed you afterwards.
Yeah. So okay, so he needs to come on the comeback trail, and now he wants to show good face with up and coming boxing media. That's interesting. That is interesting.
Ezra, man.
I guess ESPN isn't around the corner anymore, huh? I guess not. It is what
Ezra,
it is.
I said the same thing, but not out loud.
Hey, I'll say it out loud. I'll say it out loud.
Ezra has no problem disrespecting the potential guests of our show.
Oh man, that is hilarious.
Matt,
All right,
what do you think is going to happen in this fight? You've been asking everyone else. How do you think this fight ends?
I don't know. I was hoping to get my opinion from one of you guys. This is
It's a good way to
to
do the show.
me. This Ezra does the type fight 50-50. This is a true 50-50 fight. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. If anything, the fight is 55-45 in favor of Zerto. I've gone back and I've watched a few Zerto fights where he would not have the speed advantage. I went back and watched Dimitri Bivol. Gotta tell you, Zerto did a lot better in that fight than people remember. That was not an easy fight for Bivol.
Don't get Lord started.
I went back to the Unieski Gonzalez fight. Zerto beat the hell out of him. He was just punching in between punches, caught him with some shit, and then just wouldn't stop throwing. The one thing about Zerto Ramirez throughout his career, you can't discourage him. You cannot discourage him. He will always keep throwing punches. And I know M said that he was looking a bit downtrodden, I guess, at the events yesterday, just low key. I just think that's just the way he is. He's a true fighter. Maybe that's why he's never been the big boxing personality. Even when Mike interviewed Zerto yesterday, which we're going to be posting today, Mike interviewed Zerto. Hey, what should the people expect? He said, expect a victory for me. He kept it very simple.
That's what you
Expect a
do
victory for
sometimes.
me. He has a quiet confidence going into this fight where he's basically saying to himself, I know something that a lot of y'all don't know. Now, could that confidence come from the years of sparring together? He knows what David Benavidez has to offer. I can tell you this. David Benavidez is not faster now than he was that many years ago. So he's seen the speed. If anything, Benavidez would be slower now, especially at this weight class. We have seen Benavidez look human in the later rounds of fights, most notably Alexander Vosdick. Zerto doesn't get tired. He's just like, he's like the fat guy that could just, he's Homer Simpson. He really is Homer Simpson. You could punch on him all night, and he's just there. He will be there. So I'm wondering if Benavidez can't get this guy out of there, will we see Benavidez wilt under the pressure of a pressure fighter who's throwing a lot of punches? It's just a very fascinating matchup, and I'm just 50-50 on it right now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I'm not 50-50 on it. I could definitely I feel like the one thing that Benavidez is gonna do is gonna be able to outwork Zurdo. I know Zurdo's gonna be strong, but I don't know if he's gonna be strong enough to hurt David. And that's the one thing that I'm like kind of missing from going with the Zurdo pick is like the one shot power. The one shot that like really would make Benavidez pay. I think that Benavidez is going to outwork him, though. I think that it's going to be a competitive fight. I think both guys are going to land work. I think both guys are going to do their stuff. But over time, Benavidez will just do more. He'll just work more, and he'll win rounds that way. I expect a really competitive fight, though.
Yeah, I think the speed is going to be a big difference in that, Ezra. Just going along with what you said, he's going to be able to get in between Zurdo's punches more. If Zurdo can time him with one of those big shots, then it might be really interesting. We saw him get hurt by Morrell. We've seen him get hurt in a few other fights. I mean, Gavril dropped him with early. That was at 168. That was different thing. But he's not the type of puncher that Zurdo is. Now Morrell might have some pop, but I don't know that at 175, at 168 or 175 where they fought, he just has the same type of one-shot power that Zurdo has. So if Zurdo can clip him and land cleanly in between shots, he might make that fight very interesting and give David Benavidez something to think about right there.
Yeah, the dimensions of it, and I agree with Matt too. And I've been saying is I don't think it's hard to say the yard fight. He looked great the whole fight. So okay, let's eliminate the yard fight. But the Morrell second half of the fight, I didn't think he looked. His energy tank looked empty.
Yard's a 4-round fighter. Like let's be real with what it is.
Yeah. So he just weighed out. He just blew a yard out of the water, right? But in the Bosniak fight, I thought he looked slow the second half too. I thought he looked like a little drained in the second half of the fight. So I am curious that this is a fight where it's going back and forth. What does he look like the second half of it?
Do you like his body?
Man,
I don't know how else to ask it. I don't know how else
Crazy way.
Man,
do you like the shape he's in?
Oh man, like I said, he did.
Do you think 200? Yeah. Do you think cruiserweight is a good weight for him, or do you think he's better suited to be at 175 or 168, those lower classes where he was cutting to?
Yeah. Well, the thing is that he could make 175. He could make 175. That's not gonna be a problem for him. He could make that. He didn't. A lot of the guys move up because you're forced to, right? You're forced to move up in weight because your body is not either cutting no more like it used to, or it's growing into the weight class. So I think that he just added weight on, and I don't think that's ever really that's not ever the best sign to do it. That's just you're just adding weight on, and you're not growing into the division. So I don't think that's great, right way to do it. But this is why we're going to see if he's a pound for pound top level fighter, because the guys that could do it have the skill level to adjust to the weight class and still be an effective fighter.
I would argue that in a way he did get forced to move up by not being able to get those fights with guys like
Bivol. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, but not due to not being able to make weight.
I think he moved up because he couldn't get those fights immediately, and there wasn't an interesting sellable name at 175 that he could fight in the U.S. If his next fight was going to be in Saudi, he could afford anybody because those idiots pay for anything. But in the U.S., if you want to actually sell tickets, you need a sexy name. I wasn't sure if Zurdo was a sexy enough name. I don't know if you remember, Ezra. I was against this fight.
You were. I kept telling you. I kept telling you.
And I'm still against this fight. I don't think this is a good move for David moving up to cruiserweight.
It's the right move. It's the right move.
Bro,
or to be, when you get to a certain point where you got to be a star and you got to be a pound for pound guy, you got to do these things. You got to do these things.
Looking at the comments, I do think I believe it is Trill has a good point here in David's defense is underrated, and that might have that along with the speed is going to potentially have an impact on what Zurdo's effectiveness is going to be and when he can land and throw those shots that he will need to land to be effective.
I definitely think David's defense is underrated. The only pushback I have on that is we've never seen him with a guy like this dimensions before. So David's defense is good when he's the taller man and he has a way of pulling back and then doing things like that work because he's the bigger man kind of pushing you back. But I don't know what David's defense is if you have him stumbling back. Right. I don't know what that looks like. That's where I think something that we might have to see. If we had to see David on the back foot today, it gets really interesting, right? Like you something we haven't seen before.
And not only that, Zerto is an expert in hand-to-hand combat. Ever since he's hooked up with Malik Scott.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh,
professional
man.
boxer.
You're a bro.
Really,
No,
really threw me off
Ezra.
the way you phrased that.
Ezra, you're a fighter. You don't understand the glove positioning, the movement of the hand, the hand fighting that goes on in the ring.
You're talking about like actual hand fighting, but the
You
way
know about
you
the
said
hand
it, you
fighting that
meant-
goes on in the ring, Ezra?
It sounded
Yeah,
like
but you
something
said
else.
hand-to-hand combat, which is just like fighting, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, he's a fighter.
No,
He's a professional fighter.
no.
He's actually proven. That's actually not even that well known. People kind of know it.
That's exactly what I thought because what hand-to-hand combat and hand fighting
What
and
do you thought I
boxing
was
are
saying? He's a
two separate
karate
things.
expert? So
Well,
I don't
I was
understand.
like, you're just like, you might not know this, but this guy's pretty good at hand-to-hand combat. I was like, you'd be surprised how much people know that. They're actually paying for him to watch that today.
Hand-to-hand combat to me is different from the
Yeah.
actual boxing.
Yeah.
I'm
you're
talking about
hand
the hand positioning, the
gotcha.
manipulation. Like a lot of those tactics, I think Zerto has absorbed that very well working with Malik Scott. And the reason why I was against this fight is because one of David's biggest strengths is his hand-to-hand combat, his guard manipulation, his moving of your shit, stuff like that. I don't think he's going to have that advantage against Zerto because Zerto has been working on that like round the clock with Malik Scott for years now. And I think Zerto has mastered those techniques. So I'm trying to figure out the advantages that David has in his fight. And the only advantage I could see is speed. It's the only advantage. He doesn't have the power advantage. He doesn't have the size advantage. Does he have the boxing advantage?
He has one more.
Tell us what it is, Ezra.
Work rate. He can outwork Zerto.
But that, I don't think that's like a.
I don't know that that's I think that's a product of the hand speed though. I don't know that that's its own thing.
No, because I think he throws more punches than Zerto does in a round, and I think he can consistently do that throughout the fight. That I think he has the ability and mentality to throw a lot of workout. So I think that Zerto is more of a pick a shot type of guy, and Benavidez has a mentality of I could just let shots go.
When you say work rate, I think of like who can do the more work in the fight. We've seen David fade in fights and moving up in weight.
Yeah,
how much can we put stock into his gas
No,
tank?
no.
I don't know that
David's
I've
gonna
ever seen
outwork
Zerto
him.
trouble in the 12th round of a fight.
No, that's fair.
Ezra, real quick.
Go ahead.
I don't think there's any doubt that David is gonna outthrow him and outwork him, but I don't think having a higher work rate is necessarily an advantage. I think that when you're fighting someone like Zerto, who is an excellent counterpuncher, maybe having a higher work rate opens up more opportunities for him. So I don't know if that's an advantage or not. That's why I didn't list that one.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an advantage. I think he has a speed advantage. That's an actual advantage. But he doesn't have the size advantage. Does he have the defensive advantage? Maybe.
It might be a push, but maybe slightly.
I think he does. But Zerto is not bad.
I would say slight, but I don't think it's like a significant like. I don't think there's a tier jump between them necessarily.
I think it's
half a tier.
Yeah, I think this fight's going to be a forehead to forehead type fight, where the defensive things are going to be slight upper body movements, but these guys are going to be right to forehead, and it's going to be like you said, Matt, hand fighting, sneaking shots in on the inside, sneaking stuff past the guard. I think that's the type of fight we're getting here.
I'll tell you this: forehead to forehead favors David.
Yes, I agree.
Forehead to forehead favors David.
Yeah, I agree.
If I'm Zerto, because Zerto is slightly taller, and I do love that BoxRec has finally fixed David Benavidez's height, because they used to have him listed at like 6'2", 6'3". Now he's listed at 6 feet. Yeah, because David is not as tall as you think. Zerto is a legit 6'2". Okay, Zerto has a little bit of a reach advantage. Obviously, has a size advantage. I think if they make it a short fight, phone booth fight, that's gonna favor the guy with the hand speed because he's just gonna be able to get more shit off quicker than Zerto could get his one in,
And so
and even get his one in, those ones will be kind of blunted and smothered by the
exactly.
close proximity. So
Yeah, his
I think that would be a tactical error for Zerto if he was to do that.
David, you think is only 6 foot?
Yeah.
Bro, I feel like David's taller than me. When I've seen him, I feel like he was taller than me. But okay.
Have you ever stood next to him?
Yes. He was at the same gym I was at.
Maybe he seems taller than you because he's bigger than you.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. When
Matt, you did
someone
bring up a good
seems,
point though. If they're fighting in close range, that's gonna diminish the one of the advantages and the power, and that's like I think him hurting David and being able to get David to stop throwing his offense is going to be one of the like paths for him to victory. And if they're fighting face to forehead to forehead, he's not really going to be able to get the leverage to land those shots.
Yeah. The only thing the pushback I say is if so are you guys saying that like Zerto should move more, keep distance?
I believe Zerto should keep distance.
The pushback I would have on that is with David, right? What is it? It's like a forward momentum. He starts cutting down like a rock down a hill, right? And forward momentum eventually, like you're allowing him to do. And I just think if you have the size to push it back, I think it's just something we haven't seen him do. And I do feel like you'll take some of his game away if you get him pushing back. Not saying that you can't push him back, but I'm just saying if you can push him back, I'm just interested what that looks like.
Could Zerto not push him back and maintain controlling distance from mid range? No, because of the hand speed. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I mean, he could. I just think that what I mean by pushing back, because Zerto isn't kind of like the way he punches is. I don't know if it's going to be able to do that, but what I mean is usually his like physical strength. So I'm saying like if he
leaning on him.
David, who likes the guard right here, he likes to rest right here, and he kind of rests on the back leg. If you just physically said, "I'm going to push you back," and I'm going to take that away, I'm curious if David has to fall back like this, what does he look like? Right? That's what I would be thinking in my head if I was in Zerto's corner.
Yeah. I like that strategy. I don't like the strategy of fighting forehead to forehead. I'm sorry. That's gonna be a bad thing for Zerto. That's gonna be a very bad thing for Zerto because David Benavidez knows how to shorten his shots on the inside.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so
well, Matt, we got to get to it. What's your confidence level? I mean, we're here. Make a pick. Give me your confidence
how
level.
are we gonna get to that? We didn't even get through the storylines of the fight. We didn't even get to tomorrow today. Like, bro.
All right. I'm rushing
Wait. Are you wearing down in the later rounds, Ezra?
No, I'm not trying to get out of here. But what it is I just feel on such a rush right now, right? Because I nailed the Inoue pick, right? And I'm not talking about Naoya. I'm talking about his brother. I know that was a big shift because we didn't talk about it last week, but I took a big blow in that Miller fight, Big Baby. That one exactly how Matt thought it was going to go. And I've been, every day I go to sleep so pissed off that went exactly the way Matt thought it was going to go. But I am so glad that Matt's arrogance and his his love for guys of an older generation keeps pushing him to make bad picks like this to allow me to gain ground again.
Hey, one thing about me though, man, I love a good underdog. I realize that.
You love an underdog and you love an older fighter. You love like an older fighter that was great at one point, right? So like I think it's still your love for Rocky movies. Basically, this would all be described as the love for Rocky movies because he goes from underdog to like an old fighter working his way back. Yeah. So this is basically your love for Rocky movies that's done this, and this is going to cost you in this game.
And you know what? I do it throughout life too. I still listen to like old rappers.
Yes.
When they drop a new album that nobody cares about, I still listen to it.
Yeah, I heard you say that KRS-One had like one of the best albums of the year, and I was like, I didn't listen to it, but I know he didn't. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, Matt.
You stop basically with like pop culture like in 95. With music for sure, you stopped like in 95. And then from there, like, yeah, you haven't grown. You know, this is getting off topic, right? But I got a lot of energy, so we could get off talking and work our way back. You know, there's a thing where it's like people, right? Like you have like grown men and they'll wear, let's say, just wear like a wrestling t-shirt or like a Marvel Comics like t-shirt, right? And you're like, now you're in your 30s. Do you think that's cool? Or did you do you not know what's cool anymore? That's where or did you stop thinking about what's cool when you got to a certain age and you just said, I'm not gonna think about it anymore. This is what I wear, and I'm gonna keep this going forever. That's what sometimes I wonder, and that's what I wonder about you, Matt, with music.
Yeah, I mean, I still wear a sweater vest, so that tells you everything you need to know about me.
I actually think sweater vest is a good move.
I do. I think it looks grown, right?
Yeah. I don't think sweater vest is a bad move at
You
all.
look like a substitute teacher when you
Oh
wear
man,
that.
they tell you something. That's in right now.
Hey, and I would love a good cardigan. Oh,
Oh,
man.
I love a good cardigan. I have 5. What do you mean love a good cardigan?
I can't argue with the cardigan. Cardigans are good.
Ezra.
Matt,
Yeah, go ahead, Huey.
Before, when you asked me about this fight, I mentioned 2 other fights here, being the Resendez and the Duarte fight that I thought could potentially steal the show. What's your favorite fight on the undercard that you're looking forward to?
I'm gonna reserve comment because I like PBC. I'll just leave it at that.
I don't understand your. I don't understand.
I really don't understand your opinion on this part
because I like PBC.
I don't understand. Like, I get that these names aren't necessarily the appealing ones that you want to see. There's no one that you're gonna put on. Here's the thing: you want someone that's capable of headlining their own pay-per-view to be on here.
You have
this is just a fun card that's gonna deliver action for the entire night.
So
and somehow you're not excited for that.
So
you literally have Jaime Munguia on the card, who could literally headline a pay-per-view by himself.
Hey, I'm doing my Scott Hall right now. Come on, man.
Bro, it's so ridiculous. I'm so excited how fun this card is. Like, this is the perfect card for a double feature with Inoue Nakatani and a Japanese card. This is like the perfect double feature. If you're like, I'm not sure about boxing, and then I'm like, okay, well, watch this fight. This is like the highest level, right? And then watch this card. You're gonna get a lot of fun from this card. You're gonna get everything you want. Today, it's almost impossible to head home unhappy. For
so let me get this. So let me get this.
It's gonna be like the energy in the arena was amazing. Those knockouts were fantastic. Those guys.
So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. The Mexicans like the all Mexican card on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Who would have thought?
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew that's because he was about.
But I do. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's a great card. I don't get it. You know what? But here's the thing, though.
Correlation does not equal causation, Matt.
Okay, but here's the thing, though, right? Okay, what was the Resendez fight that was rumored before Munguia?
Jamal Charlo.
Yeah. Hey, remember, somebody didn't show up.
Okay, but here's the thing, though, right? Like, Jamal Charlo is a very interesting fight. Jamal Charlo's a big name. We're trying to see if he can work his way back to being like a top-level fighter at 168 versus Resendez. I do think that's a very interesting fight. Do I think the Munguia fight's going to be better than that fight? Yes, entertainment-wise. I think that's a more interesting fight, but this is going to be a more entertaining fight.
I don't necessarily know if that's the case because Munguia hasn't necessarily come to fight the same way the last few fights. I think Resendez is going to make him fight in a different way.
No, but you got to remember that he was fighting Sarase, who looks to box, and Munguia just tried to outbox with like a guy that's basically a boxer, so it was boring. Resendez is not going to look to box. Resendez is going to get at it, and Munguia's going to get at it. And remember, Munguia is training with Canelo's team now, right? And everything like that.
Oh, check the VADA test.
But here's the thing, though, about Canelo's team and all that. Don't work leg movement all that often. You know what I mean? It's really upper body movement. They're all about upper body movement. That's gonna be what it is. And I was really, really disappointed in Matt for not saying that David Benavidez versus Earl is big meaty man slapping meat, because that's what it is. It's not heavyweight, but it is big meaty man slapping meat. That's what it is. That's what we're gonna hear today.
Matt, they're gonna be 200 plus when they get in the ring. Ezra's not wrong.
Come on, man.
I don't think Benavidez is gonna rehydrate to 200. I think Benavidez is right where he walks around at.
Benavidez is gonna drink a gallon of water between the weigh-ins and today.
Honestly, he might walk in at 196.
I don't
think he had to do that.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Benavidez cut weight.
I don't think he cut to 196 either.
I don't think Benavidez cut weight.
I don't think so either.
But I mean, he came in at 197, so I was like, okay.
He had to care about not going over. So he still had to be somewhat like cognizant of what he was doing.
Oh, so you mean somebody had to have one drink instead of two? Oh, okay.
Zerto might be like what, 220?
Oh yeah. I'm telling y'all, this is not a good fight for David.
He's gonna be a big dude.
I'm telling you, man. Now that's a lot of man right there.
What'd you say, Ezra? He looked like a door.
He's
Abs.
built like a door. He's built exactly like a door.
It's a lot of man right there. I'm telling y'all. This is not a good fight for David. And if I'm PBC, I'm worried. I'm worried. Oscar already took your welterweight belt from you. Now he's about to beat your next star. I don't know, man. I'll be worried if I'm PBC. That's just me. But whatever. It's a great fight. It's a great fight. I just think that this fight has potential to not go the way people think it's gonna go. Like,
It does.
people are penciling in David to win the fight, and David's a great fighter. Everyone knows I am a big David Benavidez supporter. According to one of our listeners, I have a love affair with David Benavidez. But I will tell you this: that's a big motherfucker he's fighting. That's a big motherfucker he's fighting, man. And I did not like the move to 200, and I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope I'm proven wrong. Ezra,
Yo,
the biggest storyline going into fight week, I said, was Canelo Alvarez showing up. You said, come on, who cares?
yeah,
I will say, David Benavidez agreed with you. He said, who gives a shit about Canelo?
yeah, he's right.
So you tell me, what's the biggest storyline going into this fight?
David Benavidez staking his claim that he's taking over Cinco de Mayo going forward. David Benavidez is staking his claim that he's the best Mexican fighter in the world. David Benavidez staking his claim that he's the face of Mexican boxing now.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. I agree with that. The only reason why I agree with that is because David disagreed with me, apparently. He said, who gives a shit about Canelo? So, you know what? If you don't give a shit, I don't give a shit, All right. Tomorrow
Ezra.
today,
Okay, perfect. That's what I was gonna ask.
David Benavidez wins. What are the people saying?
Will Bivol continue to duck David Benavidez? And will Benavidez have to move to heavyweight?
Well, then the people will be wrong. Bivol cannot fight David Benavidez next.
Well, I know, but they could fight after Eifert. Is he going to fight him after Eifert, or is he going to fight?
How is he gonna fight after Eifert when he has to fight the winner of Morrell, Callum Smith?
Oh, I don't know. But then it's not happening. Then Bivol's a duck, and David Benavidez is a heavyweight.
Yeah, because there's no one else for him to fight at
he
cruiserweight.
doesn't
And
have
unless Beterbiev moves up, either. I mean, what options does he have there, really?
I think what David needs to do, if I'm doing tomorrow today, I'd to see David Benavidez versus Artur Beterbiev next. That would be what we call in chess a muscular move, because he needs to knock that piece off the board, so that once Bivol finishes with his back-to-back mandatories, there's no other excuse. He has to fight Benavidez.
What weight?
I think he retires.
I think they could do Benavidez. If Benavidez wins, they could do it at cruiserweight.
That's what I'm thinking.
So Beterbiev has he doesn't have to cut weight, and so he can fight for another belt.
Yep, I think so. I think it goes to cruiserweight, and then
Is
we
David
start
still a
talking.
champ at 175?
Yeah.
So why would he? I mean, they could make that fight at 175. It would still be for a belt for Beterbiev.
Yeah, but nah. Why would they do that? Why would David cut weight unnecessarily if he doesn't have to?
And Beterbiev's been talking about going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, it depends on what they do, but I mean, David might not feel like he wants to stay at cruiserweight after this.
Yeah, I expect him to
We gotta
stay
see
here.
what it is. He was. I mean, he's not even at cruiserweight technically.
Yeah, I expect him to
That's the
stay
limit.
here and keep moving up. I got to be honest with you. I don't see him going back down.
People are going to call for the Bivol fight. People might call for the Beterbiev fight after this, but I think ultimately people are going to look to what else can he do, and him becoming a potential 4-division champion. And there's only one. I mean, we're not counting Bridgeweight. There's only one more direction to go.
Well, then people are stupid. You cannot tell me that a guy who, let's be honest, looks soft and only came in at 196 pounds, you can't tell me that guy could go to heavyweight.
No, I don't necessarily think it's smart for him to do that. I think it would be smartest for
No,
him
no,
to
I don't think
stay
he
at
can.
cruiserweight.
I don't think he physically can.
Oh, you can. Trust me. I'm at 225 right now. You can. It's possible to get to heavyweight. I'll tell you that right now. It's not
He
easy.
can't get to heavyweight.
Probably could, but he would lose some of the other skills that make him the fighter he is. He would lose some of his endurance. He would
can't
lose
fight
his
at heavyweight.
speed.
What about Jai Opatai? I mean, is he in the conversation? Did we think that that's
Bro,
somewhat possible?
listen.
And listen, if you sign for Zuffa, you take yourself out of the
As-
Yeah,
conversation.
we're
as-
not
as-
talking
as-
about any
he's
Zuffa
retired.
guys.
He's retired as far as I'm concerned when we're talking about real fights. And
Well, I would say this. The one thing is, I kind of agree with you guys. You know, like a lot of the guys Zuffa, they're not going to fight the other guys, right? But I will say this is that the
They
ring cards
can't.
still happen. The ring cards still happen. And if you need we know that David would do business with the ring and all that, and that's a matchup that would make a lot of sense. If you can't get Bivol, Jai Opatai versus Benavides is a good fight.
Have we seen any Zuffa fighters fight a non-Zuffa fighter in 4
Pro,
events?
Progress. I mean, we've seen Ben fight Progress. But I would say this too, though. If you're just like the same strategic, right? Depending how David looks today, I mean, you would have to think that you have at least a shot at winning with Jai, right? So if you send a Zuffa guy and he beats David, then you have a claim like, hey, we do have one of the best guys in the world fighting over here, right? He beat David, he proved it. That would strategically, I mean, that's what like the UFC would do back in the day, was they would strategically send their guys out to try to prove that they have the best guy, or sign a guy to whatever. So I do think I think they might be open to it, honestly.
Yeah.
Interesting. I could see
Tomorrow,
that. But
today,
I think
Ezra.
Zuffa is trying to do that. That's why they're trying to get the ring champions. That's why they wanted Bam. That's why they signed Jai. They are trying to do that.
I don't really think that matters. Zuffa is. I like Zuffa. I like what they're doing. I'll leave it at that. I like what Zuffa's doing.
You're smart though. They think the public is dumb.
No, but I like what Zuffa's doing. I think Zuffa is actually doing better than I expected. They have found a niche. They got a little lane. I hope they continue to work that lane.
You guys all go quiet, or what happened there?
No,
I thought it was me. I was like, damn, did it freeze up?
I thought he'd was finishing his thought, but he just like kind of. They have a lane. They have some good fighters. They've put on good, entertaining cards, but ultimately they want to be known more than that. That like WME doesn't get into any business to not be the biggest thing in that business.
Yeah, but they're not rushing. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Zuffa. I want to get back to the card. Let's focus on
Jai. We were talking
today.
about Jai, David.
I don't care about Jai. Jai is off the board. Jai doesn't have a belt. Jai doesn't have any notoriety. Jai is with an organization that doesn't allow people to fight outside the organization. I don't want to talk about Jai Opatai. What I want to talk
wins
about
tomorrow
is
today. What is it?
Zerda Ramirez, Ezra. Zerda Ramirez, the guy
who
is actually putting on that cruiserweight. The guy who fucking came to cruiserweight and immediately fought a champion in Arslan Gulamarian, took the belt from him.
See how he's still talking about Jai?
Just two fights later, this guy unified with Chris Billings-Smith and beat him and took his belt. And now this guy is fighting the fucking Mexican monster who Canelo Alvarez refused to fight, who Dimitri Bivol fucking dropped his fucking belt to not fight, but now he wants to keep his belt to fight Michael Eifert. So I can give a fuck about Jai Opatai. I want to know about Zerdo, who is the real number one cruiserweight in the world. What are the people saying about Zerdo if he does what people think, I guess, is impossible because he's a huge underdog and beats David Benavides?
They're going to say Golden Boy is back. If you know that what De La Hoya said, he's making up a Virgil, they're going to work that out. Ryan coming off winning a belt, and then if Zerdo could beat David Benavides, they're going to say Golden Boy is in the driver's seat once again.
I got to be honest with you. It's funny you mentioned that because I already think Golden Boy is back.
All right.
Yo, bro. Oscar De La Hoya, what a fucking guy. This guy has had the resurgence of all resurgences. I think and it's not Zufa, it's Turkey Al Sheikh. Turkey Al Sheikh being the disloyal fool ass bitch made punk that he is, him bringing in Oscar De La Hoya's biggest enemy, Dana White, I think it lit a fire under Oscar, and Oscar saw things coming that a lot of these guys didn't see coming. We were talking about it, but Oscar was actually, I don't know. That's why he was talking shit the whole time. And I think that them trying to lift Virgil from Oscar just confirmed it for him. And Oscar has been on his game ever since. Hey, PBC, let's make a 2-fight deal. Home and home. We
Mm-hmm.
do Ryan versus Barrios, Zerto versus David. Cool. Hey, guys, look, they want to change the Ali Act law. Oscar De La Hoya, he didn't have to go up to talk to the Senate. He chose to do that. He chose to do that. And he put on the fight for boxing. So he has positioned himself as the savior of boxing. And people, like real people, I'm not talking about these fucking boxing reporters who don't know their ass from their elbow, who always want to be negative about somebody actually trying to do something. They would rather complain and throw stones at the person that's making the effort than actually get in the fight themselves. Okay, I'm not gonna call their names out because you don't deserve no pub. But Oscar, amongst the people respected what he did. The people respected what he did. So him doing that, and now they're talking about him collaborating with PBC on a Lamont Roach fight. They're talking about him uh, bringing Virgil back into the fold. They're talking about him doing another big fight for Ryan Garcia. His young up and coming fighters. I got a chance to speak with their rising welterweight Joel Iriarte yesterday, and he, to a man, was effusive in his praise of Oscar De La Hoya. Like, yo, he's the reason I signed with Golden Boy. Oscar De La Hoya does so many inspiring things inside the ring and outside the ring that people don't talk about. He has such a great reputation. And then this week, Oscar De La Hoya has been the man at Fight Week. He has been the man at Fight Week, and you could see the glow. Like I said, he looks good, he looks happy, he looks healthy, he looks re-energized. And I think a lot of people see that and feel that. Like Oscar De La Hoya, even though Ezra declared him dead, he is back. He is back. And I fucking love it. Because this is what boxing needs.
Can I,
This is what boxing needs.
can I say something? That,
Oscar's good for a box. No, you already said they were dead. There's nothing to say. Like you fucking call them dead. Like they got a whole bunch of rising stars. Like
Uh-huh.
everybody, man, Oscar can sell a fight, and man,
Well,
and not only that, like he can sell a fight just to Los Angeles, and that's good enough. But he's beloved. Like Matt said, he was really focused this week. Oscar, like he was everywhere promoting the fight. I do believe Golden Boy is going to have a surge.
well, I want to say this, if I could just say this. Now, I did declare that the Golden Boy was dead. I did declare that, right? Every doctor has misjudged someone's being alive or dead. Any doctor in the world has
the
done
surgery
that.
was a success, but the
Yeah,
patient died.
yes, every doctor in the world has done this. But I will say this, right? And there's a really a key factor. This fight tonight is going to be on the zone, right? As well as Amazon. Okay. The zone has this thing where they need a pay-per-view a month. And that's a tough thing to do. It's not easy. And they're getting so desperate for it that they're even looking to see if they can make fights with other promotions like PBC and get their fights over there. I mean, what is the rumored fight that was rumored this week for Ryan Garcia?
You tell us. There's been
Rolly
so many.
Romero. Rolly Romero, right, was a fight that's rumored, talked about, saying that rematch could be next. Okay, that's another Golden Boy PBC event. You got, like we said, like Jared Bell said in the comments, you've got Zapata versus Roach, another a hell of a fight. That's going to be on PBC
a Golden Boy connection. If I have a feeling that bringing back Virgil means that there's a guy that PBC has at 154, the interest Virgil. The interest is probably a good payday for him.
Maybe a guy from Texas.
There you go, right? There you go. And that's what I'm saying. So these are, you see this connection. It's not going to go anywhere. This right here, this is a connection that people have been asking for. And personally, me and Matt have been asking for a long time to say, like, hey, can we just get this going here, these two rosters? And I do think that the fact that DAZN, right, who deals with these fighters, is willing to say, hey, as long as we could get these fights on our pay-per-view model for this monthly subscription thing, we're good to go with the two. And I think that's going to lead to a lot of positive things for Golden Boy and PBC, and fights being made that we want to see.
Matt, one thing I wanted to add when you mentioned that Oscar went to testify in front of Congress for the Muhammad Ali amendment that they're trying to put in, that's to his own detriment. Everything that's being put into this amendment helps him as a promoter.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does. They don't even have their own gym, do they? Does Golden Boy have their own gym?
He doesn't have to be a UBO, but what it does is it protects the need to have to disclose as much information.
Yeah. Why do we act like having our own gym is really hard to do?
To fighters.
What'd you say, bro?
Why do we act like owning a gym is like a hard thing to do? Like, what does he have to build an NFL style?
We don't know. Hey, we don't know what kind of bells and whistles would qualify for that UBO gym. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure he could go to like a boxing gym, right, or anything facility.
This is our gym now.
Yeah. Like, I don't think this is as tricky as you guys are making it.
Oh man, but yeah, Oscar's back, man. Shout out to Oscar De La Hoya, man. Well, what a guy. And I don't know if you saw the promo video that he released on.
Hey. Oh my freaking goodness, man! He was showing me the video on his phone before he released it.
Yeah, listen,
he loved it. He was laughing. Of course, I was chuckling there too. But man, he loved the video.
Promo or porno? I didn't know what I was watching. I don't know what I was watching. But
oh man, I did not expect that. I did not expect that.
I was like, okay. I just saw too much of him and not enough of Holly. Oh shit, yo! And you know what? That's one thing boxing has been sorely lacking: the characters, man. Oscar, he is such a character from the promotional side. He's great for boxing, man. Great for boxing.
I don't know, you guys. I'm sure you guys did see it, but I'm sure Matt, you saw it. Did you see the production value for the weigh-ins? I mean, yeah, that was fantastic. That thing looked like a movie. Like, that was great. Then they had the mariachi come out. Like, that was fantastic stuff. Like, that felt like a big event. The one thing that worries me with like UBOs and all that is, like, do we lose the feel of what these fights should feel like, right? Like, do you lose the feel and does it just become so commercialized that it's just so uniform and cut and like that? What we have this weekend and what we're gonna feel in the fights that we get this tonight, it's just the only kind of environment that boxing could bring. And that really is a selling point, because those things, you grew up with that. And that really does, like, that's why you stick with boxing, because I grew up watching this. My dad used to watch this. My brothers used to watch this. And that brings it in. And if we lose that and you get a cookie cutter with it, that could be a bad blow for boxing.
Yeah, but it is what it is, man. Let's get into the rest of the card. We're going to turn the show over to you, Ezra. Give us your Ezra breakdown, the Ezra report card for tonight's festivities.
Okay, so report card, I give this card an A+. I love this card. I'm not like you, Matt. I love this card. I think it's so fun. I think it's a fun card. I think it's going to be, a brawl after brawl after brawl, right? That's what I think it is. And maybe a few in the crowd. And I hope it's not Mike or Huey. But I would say this right now. I think, like I said, my breakdown for David Benavidez is that I think that this is going to be a really close, competitive fight. Very good back and forth action, but I think David's work rate is going to win this on the cards. Munguia versus Resendez. Listen, Resendez is coming off a very good win against Caleb Plant, but I think that Caleb Plant was on the downside. I was thinking Resendez could maybe get Plant and Charlo, 2 guys on the downside, big names, and it would have been a hell of a run. I think Munguia is still fresh. I think Munguia may not have the most skill to be a high-level fighter, but the one thing he does is kind of like what Resendez does. He's a durable dude. He's going to go in there to land big shots. I think he hits harder than Resendez. I think he's more durable than Resendez. I think that he's going to prevail in an all-action fight, though. I think it's an all-action fight, and I think that Munguia will eventually win by stoppage in the late rounds. Duarte versus Fierro. Listen, Fierro missed weight. I don't think it really matters. This is going to be a war. Duarte is on a run right now. He's definitely improving. Robert Garcia has done a lot for his game. I think that's going to be an all-action fight, but I do think Duarte will pull it out. But like I said, he's going to get some big shots landing on him. He's going to land some big shots. Will it matter for the grand scheme of boxing? No, but will it be fun? Yes. This is a nice appetizer. You know, when I eat a big thing of nachos, right, and I put a lot of cheese on it, jalapenos and steak. Now, is that overall good for my health? Is that overall going to change the way I'm living? No, but it's just enjoyable in the moment. You know what I mean? It's just enjoyable in the moment. That's all you're going to do with this fight. I love these fights. I think it's going to be very entertaining. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm going to go ooh and ah.
Okay. Sounds like me on OnlyFans.
This is a family
Yeah.
show, Matt. This is a
Family
family
show.
I'm definitely
Family
gonna
show.
listen. I'm gonna give the card an A+ just for the main event.
Okay.
Just for the main event. If I'm talking about the rest of the card, please. It's not better than Zoo versus Murtazaliev, I'll tell you that.
It is. It literally
I'll
is.
tell you that. I'll
It
tell you
literally
that.
is. It literally is.
Maybe I'm just jealous.
No, it definitely is better.
Maybe I'm just jealous.
You
Ezra.
definitely are jealous, man.
Maybe I'm just jealous. I don't know. It's just, come on, man.
Here's the thing. You feel about this card the way Ez felt about Bakr Murtazaliev beforehand.
Yeah, that's true.
He thought it looked bad on paper, but afterward, great card.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but Ezra wasn't wrong. He was just early. Bakram is not.
Fair.
Early.
Oh man.
Can we get to our picks now?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's make these picks. Ezra, I'm gonna start with you. We're gonna go from the bottom. We're gonna go from the earlier card up. We're gonna do these last 3 here. So Duarte and Lucero, who you got?
You mean not Lucero?
Or Fierro. My bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Duarte in that fight. I think it goes decision. I'll take Duarte. My confidence level on that is a 4.
I'm gonna go Duarte by stoppage. My confidence level is a 5. I do not like what I've seen from Angel Fierro, and I've heard some things behind the scenes that lets me know that this guy is not focused on boxing right now. He has like a lot of personal issues.
I'm kind of pissed because I feel like we couldn't watch the weigh-ins because of him. So
yeah, probably not. Because they probably wasn't even sure the fight was happening.
Well, I want to say this. I do want to say this. When I beat Matt, ultimately at this game, what we're doing here, just know that I do this with no insider information. No one on the inside talks to me. No one's like, "Hey, did you hear this?" Never happened. It literally never happened. I do this, everything I give you when I'm right, and it says as right, and then the thing, it's all off me, just my mind working at 1,000,000 miles a second. You know what I mean? Like my mind is just catching all these things. Like when Steven Seagal's a cop, right? And he catches all these motions that most people cannot see. That's exactly what I'm doing with boxing. So just know that, because this guy's got inside information. He knows about Fierro's life, apparently. He knows about Fierro's personal things. He knows that his cars haven't given him problems, apparently. And not me. I just go in here and I just, what you see is what I see. I just see more.
Cool story, Ezra. Matt, who do you got in Munguia Resendez?
Wait, why are we doing? I thought we were starting. Hold on, we're missing.
You started
2
with
fights.
me, so it goes to you.
But we're missing 2 fights.
Oh, okay. What do we got?
We got Jorge Chavez versus Jose Sanchez. Tito Sanchez.
I thought we were just doing the 3 fights you talked about. That's why I skipped them.
Wait.
This is hold on. This is all the main card.
Is it main card or is it prelims?
No, this is the
there's
5 fight main card, bro.
There's 3 fights on the early free for Amazon.
Go.
Yeah,
All right, go. You pick first.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, go Jorge Chavez versus Jose Sanchez. Who you got?
I don't know none of these niggas.
Guys,
This is why I didn't do it.
This is
okay. Do you have a pick in the Lucero fight?
I do. Lucero's gonna win, but I'm also taking Tito Sanchez, And the reason why I'm taking Tito Sanchez is because Joel Iriarty told me to take Tito Sanchez.
Decision
So
or
I'm going with
stoppage?
Tito
What's your confidence?
Sanchez. I'm going decision. He can't punch. I'm going decision.
Okay,
you at
what
five?
confidence?
My confidence in Sanchez is
Come on, Matt.
I'm
Come on,
going
Matt.
to give it a
Commit, Matt. Commit.
I'm going to give it a 3.
Okay,
Ah, boo.
I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go stoppage, and I'm gonna go 5. Another
Oh, wait.
big mistake by you, Matt.
Wait, are you going Chavez stoppage 5?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know where you meant you were going opposite after you said
Opposite this guy.
stoppage.
This guy made a mistake.
Are you telling me that
You were sold a false bill of goods, Matt.
fucking Joel Iriarte tricked me?
Yeah, I think that people look good in the gym, and when they see him and it's your friend, you really think he even looks better. I'll tell you that right now. There's only times I thought someone at Wildcard was going to be like the next guy, and then he got beat up on Friday Night Fights, and I'd be like, what the hell was I saying?
Yeah, but Jose Sanchez said that he wants to fight Inoue next.
Oh, that's great.
All right.
Huh.
Ezra.
Okay.
We got Isaac Lucero versus Ismael Flores. Who you got?
I'll take Lucero by stoppage. I'm at a 5.
Me too. That's
Same thing, Matt?
Come on.
We all chopped
Yeah.
across the board there?
Coward.
Yeah. Listen, we know what you're doing, Huey, but it's okay.
What do you mean? What were you doing?
What am
You
I doing?
brought
What
up these
am I doing?
Bro, I'm not stupid.
You mean what I'm doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm really
All
not.
right.
He's not stupid. He just plays with that on a podcast. All right, keep it going.
All right. Now we got Duarte and Fierro.
Matt.
We already did that.
Yeah, you're talking about Munguia.
Resendez Munguia. Sorry, I didn't. I have him out of order because I was adding rows. My bad. Yeah, so we're on Resendez Munguia. Matt, you're up first.
I'm going with Resendez.
All
I already knew that.
What
And
confidence
I'm
level?
going with Resendez by stoppage.
And then tell me, are you're somewhere between a 3 and a 5? Where are
I'm
you?
chopping at the bits.
Dame cinco.
All right.
Just to confirm, that's 5.
Yes.
Dame cinco.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Munguia
Yep.
by stoppage,
Yep.
and I am at a 5.
Wow. Oh wow. I'm at like a 3, but I put money on it, so it's a little different. And now, Ezra, our main event. I'm pretty sure I got the winner, but for both of you already entered in, but I need your method of victory and your confidence level.
I'm gonna go David Benavidez, decision, and I am at a 4.
Wow.
I'm gonna go Zerto Benavidez. Draw. Nah, I'm kidding. All right, give me David Benavidez by knockout. Listen, Jose, you sold me on rounds 9 and 10, motherfucker. So it better be rounds 9 and 10. Give me David Benavidez by stoppage and put that at a 5.
Okay. There's going to be some shifts here.
Huey, do you have a total right now where we're at?
I don't have the right computer for that. Traveling.
I can't get the score. I can't get it for the life of me. I cannot get the score for the life of me.
Oh, man. Ezra, I promise you we will have a score next weekend.
You
I
said that
promise
like
you.
3 shows
Yeah,
ago.
that's what he promised me for 3 weeks.
I
don't
haven't
care
promised.
how
No,
hard it is to
never
get the score.
I've told you I will get it. I have never actually promised that I will do it.
Oh, man.
I promise you I will get you the score this week by the end of the week.
For all I know, I just have to run out of decision here. You know what I mean? Like, this is the problem with not having open scoring in boxing. I don't know where I'm at.
Here's the thing. You're definitely up right now.
Of course I am. I'm kicking Matt's ass.
Matt was ahead by like 3-4 points the last time I did the scores, and then you took over. You won a couple swings on there, so you're definitely ahead right now. Either that or it's like a draw. But there is going to be a change based off of these picks here today.
Well, I'll tell you right now. Next week's going to be a key one. It's going to be a key one because I know what direction Matt's going.
I'm blanking. What's next weekend right now?
Oh,
Dubois
Wardley.
Come on, man.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Matt,
We're
not all of us.
we're
Not,
going
not
to
all
the
of
we're
us run
going
a
to the
UK
meat
boxing page,
factory.
Matt. Not all of us run a UK boxing page.
We're going to the meat factory next week.
Yep. I mean, we're here this week, but we'll stay there.
Yeah, no, we're going to the real meat factory. No, no.
Come on,
This right here, this is like a lean burger. No, next
it's
week we
a
getting
smash burger. It's a smash burger.
we getting meat next week, and someone's gonna be made someone's daddy next week. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Daddy's back.
I told you. I knew where
Daddy's
you're going.
back. Daddy's back. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, Ezra, let's make the people some money. What you got?
I'm gonna go Benavidez. I'm gonna go. Benavidez by decision, and Munguia by stoppage. Parlay that. Now I have only hit one bet this whole year. I'm just gonna let that be known. I've only hit one bet this whole year, and I'm pretty sure it had nothing to do with boxing. So this is my boxing bet for today. Benavidez by decision, Munguia by stoppage. You know what? Throw in Duarte, just money line.
Duarte went on minus 1100, bro.
Throw it in there. Let's get a little taste.
Okay.
You got it at minus 1100. It's minus 1400 here.
It's minus 1100.
Get a little taste. Just get a little taste.
I am going to go with my actual decisions, and I'm going to give that to you guys as my parlay.
Okay.
So let's go Jose Sanchez money line, Isak, don't call me Isaac Lutero. We're going to take him by stoppage. We're going to take Oscar Duarte by stoppage. We're going to take Armando Resendez by stoppage. Okay? And then we're going to take Anthony David Benavidez by stoppage against Zerto Ramirez. All right? And that parlay, that 5-leg parlay, $10 gets you 1,300.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. No, you know what? I want to hit this week, so I'm going to backtrack on that thing. I'm going to go with Benavidez by decision. No, I'm going to go, Benavidez by decision and Munguia just to win. That's the parlay. Just Munguia money line and Benavidez by decision.
Pussy. Okay. Okay. No doubt.
Oh, man.
All right, man. Let's talk boxing.
Okay. I don't know what we're doing for the first hour and a half of this, but all right.
Nah, I mean like boxing news.
Okay, all right.
We're in the quick Ezra. We're in the quick hit section of the show.
I don't. Let me tell you this right now. When I see the end of the run, marathon or whatever, when I see the end, the finish, I keep running through it. So I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna stumble across this. I'm not gonna crawl across the finish line. I'm gonna sprint through it.
Matt, I know you like to keep things concise. You like to keep things consumable for the listeners, for the people. We're at 2:13 right now.
Man, fuck them. They're gonna get all this dick today.
Come on, this is a family show. This is a family show.
Is this really?
Yes, it
absolutely,
is.
Absolutely. Hold on. It's a family show in the sense that Ezra's family watches.
Listens to the show.
Let me ask you a question, Ezra.
Only if it's family content. You can only answer the question if it's appropriate for family content.
Can a boxing show be a family show?
Yes, you know what? Yes, it could be. It could be. I aspire to be.
This is boxing. All right. Oscar De La Hoya says he's working to patch things up with Virgil Ortiz. First of all, do you believe him? What does that entail? And how soon are you expecting Virgil back in the ring?
Yeah, I think
no. Let's go with Mike. Mike, your boots on the ground. You're there. Are you getting a sense that Virgil coming back could be a real thing?
I do. I really think Oscar's sincere. I really think that it's a real thing, with the landscape. Not that it's a must, but it definitely helps Golden Boy. And I think they'll do right by Ortiz. He just made it clear that they're talking and things are headed in the right direction.
Oh, man.
Even I will say this, even like outside of the media events, when we were at the lobby bar yesterday and there were people just hanging around, people were talking about potential matchups with Virgil and how that goes. So I definitely think there's a lot of conversations going on behind the scenes with the future fight coming in with him soon.
Okay. Ryan Garcia.
Wait. Can I answer the question?
Okay.
No, you said Golden Boy was dead. Move on. Go next, man.
I love that Mike said this like Oscar was like being gracious about it and everything. Oscar has all the cards. He has all the leverage. Virgil and them have to come crawling back to him to get a fight. So that's what I'm telling you. It's like when Oscar's doing this, he does this with a smirk. He does this with a smile. He does this with a laugh because he knows he has all the cards. All the
Hey,
leverage.
you know what's funny? You kind of contradicted yourself just now. The fact that Oscar De La Hoya has all the leverage and all the cards, and yet he's still the one reaching across the aisle.
He's not reaching across the aisle.
Hold on. He's still the one reaching across the aisle to bring Virgil back into the fold. That is as gracious as it gets. I'm telling you, the research. You just try to poo-poo Oscar.
No, he's not reaching across the aisle.
It is, Ezra, because he kind of made it clear like all this could have been avoided if they came to him with their issues.
Of course. What I'm telling
But they went behind his back. That was the gist of it.
I get you. What happened here is Virgil needs a fight. He realized he's not going to win this. They realized that they want to get in the action. They realized that there's potential fights there. So they went and they said, "What can we do?" And Oscar said, "Yeah, you have no choice. I want to make money with you. So let's make it happen. We're going to make it happen." But it's not like, "Oh, Oscar's doing this." He's not bending over to this. Oscar knows he has all the leverage. So Virgil and them are going to come crawling back, and then he'll make money off it. That's all it is. Just business. Just business.
All right, Nancy. Jesus.
We got next, man. Keep moving.
Let's talk Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has come up as a potential opponent for Rolly Romero. Ezra, what are your thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, this is a drop the ball by Haney, and now Ryan's going to take that fight. He's going to get that rematch. And that's going to be a big fight. And it's going to be done the right way this time, not in a box in the middle of Times Square. They're going to do it with the audience and the crowd, and it's going to be buzz for it. And that's 100% the right move to make. All this Conor Benn situation, all this nonsense, nope. De La Hoya is going to guide him in the right direction here with this Rolly fight.
In talking with Steven Espinosa, he revealed Pitbull's coming back in the summer. I'm not sure if that's going to be against Tank because, according to Boxing Scene, Tank is looking at the fall. Who do you think Pitbull could potentially fight if it's not Tank Davis?
That I don't know. That I don't know. I mean, I don't. This whole Tank thing, I don't even give a damn about him anymore. I gotta be honest with you. I don't care.
Oh,
this whole thing, already pushing dates around, again. Not sure when I'll come back. Oh, I'm looking late in the year. I'm tired. I'm already sick and tired of it.
Who does Golden Boy have at 135?
Not like a great boxing show that doesn't care about boxing stuff. You know what I mean?
No, I just don't care about Tank. I don't care about Tank. I don't care about the nonsense of it. But who was the guy we were saying Cruz? Oh, Russell. Cruz and Russell. Can we get that fight? That's a damn war. That's violence. That right there. Give me that fight.
I like that.
I would like to see Tank, if he's not fighting Cruz, fight Kid Austin.
That's not even the question you asked.
You asked who you asked about who Cruz could fight, not Tank.
Yeah.
Well, with Cruz, you already gave the guy. You said Russell.
This guy. Let me tell you something about this guy. That just, to me, that said everything. That said everything right there. That even when Tank's not even in the part of the conversation, you still answer the question for who Tank was fighting, which I don't even give a damn.
I'm a Tank guy. What can I say?
Here's the thing. When Tank's tickets are on Ticketmaster, I'll care about who he's fighting.
First of all,
this is crazy, man.
First of all, they're gonna be
because last time I heard him talk, he was talking like he wasn't sure he wanted to fight anymore.
Matt, when Tank comes back and fight, I don't want these two on the show. All right, you know it's like the Detroit Piston fans that gave up on them. Nah, stay on that side. Don't come back over here.
To show that. You don't want anyone on the show. You don't want anyone to hear or see the show.
Inoue today, you saw Inoue versus Junto. You're gonna watch Benavidez versus Zurdo. These are real guys fighting each other. Then there's no excuses, no nonsense, no nothing. And I'm going to talk about Tank on a potential fight in the end of the year. So not even so. This just means not even close to happening. Nothing signed against a guy that everybody's saying, "Oh, you probably shouldn't fight that guy. It's too soon." In Schofield, like, come on, what are we doing here? He's not even fighting Pitbull Cruz.
We'll see Tank back before we see Ezra in the Las Vegas fight. I'll tell you that, guys.
Can I tell you this? There's one thing I said this, right? There's one thing I said when they said the Pitbull fight. I said, actually, I'm really interested in that fight. I said, why? I'll tell you why, too. Because if Tank is a little bit declined, right? A little bit declined, Pitbull would have revealed it all in that fight. I think that fight got a lot more interesting right now than it did back then. I think it's more interesting right now. And it's not a surprise to me that they're not putting Pitbull in there with Tank. It's not a surprise to me that that's not the opponent they're going with. I'll tell you that right now.
Why couldn't you say that and just say, no, I don't care? Why couldn't you just say that was a great take?
Because I don't care about Tank.
Moron. Fucking piss me off, man. This guy pisses me off.
Hey, the
All right,
best way they describe Ezra out here sometimes is like, man, I love that guy. He drives me crazy sometimes, but I love him. I'm like, man, he does it to everybody, man. He does it to everybody.
Canelo Alvarez versus Christian and Billy, according to Michael Coppinger, has been confirmed. First reported by Lester Martinez.
Through Brunch Boxing.
What are your thoughts on a potential Canelo Alvarez Christian and Billy fight?
I'm stunned. I did not think this fight would happen. I've got to be honest with you. I did not think this fight would happen.
But I told you it was going to happen.
I know.
I've been talking about this fight for 3 weeks.
I know. I still didn't believe it. I tell you right now, I do not favor Canelo in that fight. I do not favor Canelo in that fight. And I'll tell you right now, if Canelo wins that fight, that Crawford win just skyrocketed even more for me. I mean, you're talking about Canelo that I think has been declining. I don't think his power's there anymore. His timing is not there anymore. Definitely tires off in the second half of fights. Like a lot falls off completely. I did like the way Canelo looked in Crawford fight. I did. I'm not gonna lie. Like I did think that Crawford beat a good Canelo, but I just think that a guy that Mbili, that work rate that we saw last time, the power, I think he's a durable guy. I just think that's a tough matchup. So if that fight really does get over the line, which looks like it is, it looks like it's official, it looks like it's happening, I just think that I give credit, honestly, to Canelo for taking that fight. I do. I give credit to Canelo, and I think that if he wins, we've got to talk about the Crawford win again.
I think Canelo's going to win that fight,
I know. A lot of people feel confident about it. I'm not seeing where this confidence comes from.
I'm not super confident. When they first get announced, I said that's a dangerous fight for Canelo to take. I'm surprised he took it because of the work rate, because of the power, because of the durability that Mbili showed. It's going to make him fight a fight that he might. Mbili has the potential to make Canelo fight in a way that he doesn't like to fight. He's going to make him work. But is Mbili actually at that level? There are tiers to this. And he might be a tier below. And Canelo has power. He has timing, like you said. He still has that early in the fight. And Lester doesn't necessarily have that one-punch power. Lester was tagging him all night. Canelo, those uppercuts and those shots, he might break his eye.
Yeah, I just don't think Canelo can even keep up with what Lester was doing. I don't think he has the timing even down like that.
I don't think he has to. I think he has to land a couple big shots on him because the momentum that Mbili is going to have moving forward is going to make those shots even more impactful.
I got you. Mike?
I think Mbili's getting stopped.
Yeah.
I think Mbili's getting stopped.
I don't care. I mean, I'm to have this stupid ass fight outside of America, that pissed me off in the first place. It's just like whatever. I really don't care,
Well, I might have some good news for you, Mike. It doesn't seem like this war is ending anytime soon, so it might be in America. That fight might be in America.
Hopefully so, man. I mean,
hold on. Let's
for the fans. It's a lot better to get interviews and content. I'm out here working, Ezra. I can't get any interviews in Saudi Arabia. I can't get any. It does no good for brunch boxing boxing to be in Saudi Arabia.
I'll just tell you right now, Turkey might send out a tweet saying, "Open up that straight, you crazy bastard." He might send that tweet out because he needs to get that fight over there. He might send that tweet out.
Matt, what do you think about the fight? You said you thought he stops Canelo wins by stoppage, but what was your initial reaction to it when you heard it from Lester? Honestly, let's talk about like when you first heard the announcement, not now that it's
I
official.
don't give a shit about the fight. I don't care, bro.
Thank you.
I
Canelo
hate this
Alvarez,
Thank you.
guy. I hate
bro.
this guy, man.
Canelo Alvarez suffered the worst defeat in the history of boxing, and I'm supposed to give a shit about his next fight. I don't give, and he's fighting in Saudi Arabia.
Wait,
I
so
don't
just
care.
question: you care more about Tank's fight than Canelo's fight?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, 100.
Interesting.
Hey, guess what? One of us
Hey,
is going to be at the Tank fight.
one of them's gonna fight a top guy in his weight class. One of them is. One of them's gonna
Yeah,
fight a top
Tank.
guy in his weight class.
Tank.
No, come on, man. Cut the BS. Oh man, that's funny.
All right. Tyson Fury plans on taking an interim fight before the Joshua fight.
Jesus.
Ezra, what are
Do
your
it at
thoughts?
like a house show or something like that. Don't put it on TV. Do it at a house show.
Honestly, if they were smart, they would do it as a doubleheader with Joshua.
Yeah, I guess. But probably two fights I don't give a damn about. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but at least they'll be on the same card.
bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is what hurts box. Like, if you want me to complain about something, it's stuff like this. It kills me inside. It kills me inside. This is why I hate college football. Like, I don't want to see a powerhouse play Division I school. I have no interest in that. You know what I mean? Like or was it Division II? I don't even know. I don't even know the college terms. But I don't want to see a powerhouse play like a team that has no chance. And that's what this is. Like, I have no interest in it. It's not entertaining to me. And honestly, Tyson Fury doesn't even get the work done in a interesting way when it's a guy that he's overmatches. So I just don't care for it. I don't care for it. I really don't.
I thought Fury just had a tune-up for Joshua.
Yeah, I guess he needs to.
Yeah. Whatever. Who cares? Listen, this is a fight where they need to just fight each other. That's it.
Yeah, it's like,
They need to
hey,
just fight each other.
let's get it done
What's your
now.
thoughts on Lamont Roach Zepeda?
It's a beautiful fight. Great fight. I can't wait for it. That's fantastic. What great matchmaking. Cepeda, I'll tell you right now, that fight could end in a draw. That's a good fight, man. That's a good fight.
Bro. If that fucking fight ends in a draw,
Roach,
that would be Lamont Roach's 13th reason why.
yeah, Roach
Christ.
is he's our Badu Jack.
Yeah.
He's our Badu Jack.
Mayweather Pacquiao too, moving out of the sphere to remain in Vegas. Thoughts?
Yeah, that makes sense. It doesn't make sense to be in the sphere.
That's what you think. This fight's happening. I don't think this fight's happening.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't sound like it is. But I just said, but the sphere never made sense at all.
All right. Last bit of news of the day. Matt from Brunch Boxing potentially working with Zuffa? Question mark?
What's that? Is that why you like what they're doing?
Hey, listen, nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, shout out to Zuffa though, man. Shout out to their fighter, and shout out to Golden Boy. Yo, Golden Boy has treated Mike like a king. Shout out to, listen, these promoters know how to put on great events. You had Oscar de la Hoya, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Oh my God. This is, honestly, this has been a huge celebration of the Mexican culture. And I'm happy for you guys, because it has to be, well, maybe not Ezra, but I know Mike takes a little bit of pride in seeing like his country displayed in such a prominent way, man. I know, I just fucking know it, man. Now Ezra's like, hey, just leave fight week.
I like my head attached to my shoulders.
Ezra
When you bring up
says,
Mexico.
just leave fight week with your head attached.
Yeah.
But
let me tell you something
Mike.
right now. You touched on something, and I'm gonna say this right now. And I heard Chavez's interview where he said, he's not from Mexico, he's Mexican American and all that. And listen, we've been dealing with that for a while. And you know what? You know what? They all say that until they ain't got no one up, and then the Benavides is on top, or Bam's on top, and then suddenly, hey, we're all family. We're all together on this. You know what I mean? I'll just let you know that right now. So us, let me tell you something. The Mexican Americans right now, we're carrying the load, and you know what? I'm tired of carrying the load. I gotta tell you right now. I need someone. I need someone
Oh
else to
man,
step up.
here,
Hey,
here
you,
comes Republican Ezra right here. Tired
I'm
of these
tired
things.
of carrying the
I'm not.
load.
I'm not going to agree with. I'm not going to agree with everything Ezra's saying. But to Ezra's point, there's a reason that when people are like, "Who are the greatest Mexican fighters of all time?" People are like, "Does Oscar count?"
Hey, I'm tired of carrying the load, man. I'm tired of carrying the load. The future is now.
All right. And the future is
Hold on.
Errol
Hold on.
Spence versus Tim Tszyu, who will be announcing their fight officially shortly. Kickoff press conference. Mike, I'm pretty sure you're going to be at the event. Hopefully, Huey's on the way there
Mike's
too.
outside.
I'm
He's
he-
on his way there right now.
I'm
I am
headed
not
there
on
as
my
we
way.
speak.
I'm still doing the
What
show at
what
the
what
moment,
what are
but
your
I will
thoughts?
be on my way.
What are your thoughts, Mike, on Spence versus Tszyu?
Man, I just feel like 2026 is the year of 2016. You know what I mean? I'm not too excited about it. So, Earl's my guy. So, I'm there to support. But 2016 is ringing in my ears this year.
This is a
Now,
true loser leaves town match.
you got to see Spence yesterday, at least from a distance. How did he look, like
Hey,
health wise?
you look fantastic, man.
Okay.
You look fantastic.
He looks like he looks like he's getting into fight shape. He doesn't look
Yeah.
fat. He looks like he's been working out. He looks like he's been in the gym. He doesn't look like he's near on weight, but he looks like he's preparing to be in a camp and be ready for a fight.
Ezra, what kind of things are you looking to see today during this kickoff press conference?
I mean, demeanor. I want to know. What is he saying? Is this ready to kind of make a run? Right? Is this ready to get in there and you want to get in with all the top guys? I want to see that because that's who Spence is. Right? Spence has always been a big game hunter. He wants the top guys. I want to see that from him. That's the mentality I'm looking to see.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to see I just want to see what he looks like up close in a fight situation. Where the juices are flowing. Tim Tszyu's gonna be in his face. I just want to see what it looks like. I want to see what it looks like. I can't wait. Errol Spence, welcome back. Boxing has missed you. All right,
Mike,
man.
before we get no, hold up, Mike. Before we get out of here, Jay Beasy needs a food report.
Needs a what?
A
Food
food
report.
report.
Oh, dude, I didn't want to show. The food was so fantastic, I couldn't even show Matt. We got two meals in the same fucking day. I was like, oh, damn, I did that. So I'm thinking PBC hates New York, man.
Yeah, they gave us tacos. They gave us arroz. All sorts of good shit, man.
PBC, baby say, baby say. It's all good. Ezra, what we got coming up for the people today?
Oh man, we got a post fight right after Benavidez Zerto. We got a post fight. We're going to talk about all this fight. You're going to hear Matt say, what a great night. Every fight delivered. You're going to hear Matt say that. We're going to break down how
I
I got
hope
all
so.
my predictions right. Matt was wrong. Huey will not have a total for us, but we will get to hear from Huey and Mike on how it is outside, how the arena was, and it's going to be a great day. Stay tuned for the post fight tonight.
Yeah, that's all we got for you guys. We're coming back for the post fight. Hey, we've been hitting y'all with content all week. Go
Bro, it's
support
like
Brunch Boxing.
six shows this week.
Even if you support in the freeway here, man, I'm gonna throw the Cash App up here right now. But follow, subscribe, share this. Tell your friends, whoever you share it with, to share it with another friend. Matt, tell them to hit the Cash App. Is that your face with 3 E's? What's you got that on PayPal and Venmo as well? Same user.
Tell them look for me, or tell them hit me up personally. Hit me up personally. We accept personal checks here too. Hit me up personally. We accept all forms of payment, personal checks, Venmo. If you want to meet up and tap phones, we accept that too. All right. Just support the platform, man. But bro, just amazing
If you
amount of
disagree with
content
anything Mike said, he'll be at the
dropped this
MGM
week.
Grand and T-Mobile today.
Yeah. Hey, and listen, if you disagree with anything Mike says, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
Hey, shout out to Zay Media, man. He got some good content. He had to go back home for graduation, but we got some good content coming your way.
Yeah, man. I cannot wait. But we must bid this episode adieu. Congratulations to Naoya Inoue. Congratulations to Takuma Inoue. Congratulations to all the winners. I want to thank Nonito Donaire for joining us to break down the fight. I want to thank Emily Gerton for breaking down tonight's fight. I want to thank all the Brunch Boxing listeners and supporters for tuning in to today's episode. But this has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our COO, the Mexican Al Heyman Mike. He is our host, Ezra Boxing. He is our producer, Huey P. I am Matt. We are Brunch Boxing, and we are out. War Benavidez.
Fight news. It's not fight news. It's Brunch Boxing.
Brunch Boxing, man. Y'all. Brunch Boxing.